Get ready.
We'll sign off on that.
Yeah. Right. Hopefully, we are live. Do not swear. Welcome to Taking Retro Liberties, the road to Blackpool.
Do not swear.
So we've got a few rogues in the gallery. If you want to introduce yourself, Dana, first.
I'm Dana, Dane83. I'll pass you over to Pete.
Old school variety face. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I have 79 subscribers, and you know, don't bother. Look, if you want to be offended, come over to my channel. Lots of swearing and naughtiness.
Next, Lewis.
Hello, Wish Wash. I don't say much. I like CX. There we go.
Gareth.
Hello, Gareth from the Man Cave. Cheers.
Big Mike.
Big Mike, without further ado, retro.
There we go. So welcome one and all. Say, hopefully this has worked. If it hasn't, we're just talking to ourselves.
It's showing on my laptop, so...
Yeah? Good.
Hey,
okay.
will you check it if it's on?
Oh, we've got 3 viewers, so we're definitely working. Let's have a look.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, okay, cool. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, so Road to Blackpool, Taking Retro Liberties. And, yeah, we're just going to have an inane chat, as I said before. What people expect, what they don't expect. And any of the topics anyone wants to cover. We've got a few lined up. But, you know, other than that, we're just going to freewheel, I suppose. So, round table, who's going to Blackpool and who's not?
I'm not. I'm not. We all know I'm not.
It's going to be awesome. Got my hair done just for it.
Lewis is sporting a new hairstyle then.
Yeah.
Pete's going. Gareth's going. Mike's going.
Yeah.
It's only me not allowed.
So Dana's not allowed. He's not got to pass out. But Dana, obviously Dana's attended other events in the past, so it's not a completely alien event to Dana. Lewis hasn't...
I've never been to a play, though.
No, you've never been to an expo. Lewis, you've not been to one before, have you, at all? Other than you've only been to the markets.
So I'm quite excited to see what it's like. I know it's not a market, so, you know, drinking. Lots of drinking.
Yeah. So we've got 4 viewers. I'm just wondering, I'm hoping that the chats works, that's all. So if any of you guys are watching, all 4 of you, if you have any questions,
I'm one of them, Stu.
I think the missus is the other. I've just doxed her again.
Yeah, we got two people who are not in the stream watching.
Okay,
brilliant.
Well, so if you haven't got an account, you can't comment either, so.
I'm watching it as well. Yeah.
We got one person.
There's 5 now.
Oh, they're all coming flooding in now.
Yeah.
Also, if you haven't got an account, you can't comment either, so.
Who's doing the feedback?
Zelda
That's Lewis. That's Lewis. Oh, they're all coming flooding in now.
Oh, I'm going to have a look. I'm excited.
Lewis, kill the sound.
Lewis, you're causing feedback.
Sorry. There we go.
Right, okay.
Okay, sorry. Amateur mistake.
It's okay. So what are we all expecting then, guys? What's them that haven't been before? Gareth, you haven't been to an expo before, have you?
No, just Revival this year, which was obviously great.
Yeah.
A lot of drinking, a lot of selling, trading, and then obviously the event on the Saturday. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Good, yeah. Because that's one of the good things I do like about Blackpool is, and we've all touted this before, is the Friday meet-up, which like I said, it can descend into absolute chaos, given the right crowd. The Saturday event can be. I don't know. I think if you haven't been before, it's definitely worth investing some time into it. Those of us that have been a couple of times, it probably gets a little bit samey. I think that's probably a fair statement in terms of the machines and everything else. Especially if you've got quite a few systems, unless there's something there that you specifically want to go to play, it's pretty much like, I've got that at home. Don't need to play that. The arcade's obviously good as well. But the vendor hall is limited. Michael Taylor.
I actually don't do too bad.
No, I know,
actually
yeah.
Because you pay fucking nothing for everything all the while, you tight bastard.
I try my best. You got to have a discount, haven't you?
Yeah.
Bundle.
You're not getting my money in if I'm not getting a discount.
Or just go to my store when I'm not there and get Liam to give you a discount like you normally do.
I've not seen anything in the chat. Has anyone seen the
I can
chat?
see Addy Sneaker Freak was in there and Retro Zelda Collector. Isn't that one of the retro heads?
Yeah, it's Chris or Gav.
Yeah,
Because I still don't know which one's which.
I think it's Chris.
Oh, yeah, it might be Chris, yeah.
Chris
Let me
is a
bring it up.
Zelda collector, isn't he? Chris collects
Yeah,
Zelda. And Gav
Where's the hat all the while?
And they're not going this year, you said, Stu, wasn't it?
No, they're not. Yeah, they said they're not. Okay,
Oh,
I can see it now. Yeah, I'll have to have both windows open.
So, Stu, as someone who's never been and still isn't going, does like everyone who still does the meetup, like, still go to the event on the Saturday, or does some of them just come for the meetup?
No, someone just comes to the meetup. So you get a lot of people. Some people will probably turn up in the day, maybe a little bit in the mornings, and look at the hall, and that'll be it. I think one year a lot of them just shot off to Arcade Club afterwards. So on the Saturday morning. So you know.
Truth be told, I'm not probably won't go to the events. But I might go with the flow, innit? It's open, but it's about the piss off. Raggo. You know, and the meet-up and everything, and maybe the trades. I'm going to bring... Anyone after any GameCube? I know you're not Tutu. Anyone after GameCube?
Cube, no. I say it's always worth bringing a bag of trades and, you know...
Yeah, always, I
sales
bring
and
back
stuff.
trades. I always bring back trades.
Yeah, bring a couple of bags of trades, innit? Yeah, why not?
Earn you a few beer tokens.
That's it, innit? That's it.
It can get a bit vicious over the trades.
Can it now? Go on, do discuss, Michael.
Yeah, it could get a bit...
We should,
Wild West.
no name shall be named, but let's say Stuart came out on top.
Yeah, get a bit heated. But it's a good
You
crack.
fucking look after the people you know the most, don't you?
Well, that's I've got to look after my bag of trades. So obviously, you got first dibs, wasn't it?
Yeah, found a pair of socks. Was it your socks or your pants that are in the bag?
Socks and pants, both fresh and new.
No skid marks.
No, they were fresh in the pack.
No cack marks, huh?
So what, do you all just drink in the Norbreck, or do you go like round the town and stuff like that? Or does it depend?
It depends. I've been to the town once, and yeah.
Tower's great, man. You can't beat the tower.
Yeah,
It's
but
like the Star Wars
not for a
park.
Friday night. It's
Where's the disco you go to, Stu?
that was that's what I'm saying in the town. It's called Pop World or something, but I'm not doing that this Friday.
Is that a casino?
No, that's
Ooh.
the Genting Club. That's where we go and watch the football.
Right, okay. Football, is it?
Or we'll watch the boxing one year as well.
What about the secret bar you found?
Well, that's there now. That should be open. I've refurbed that now.
Yeah, because I think I stumbled across that bar once, but it's totally weird and out of the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to the right. If you look at the Norbreck from the front, it's to the right of it.
Are you guys planning staying at the Norbreck then? You know, like throughout the night or what?
On the Friday,
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. I'm not going into town Friday.
He says that now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's famous last words, but I'm too old. I'm all right drinking in the day, and it gets to like, you know,
To be honest,
10
I
o'clock,
love
and that's
seeing
it.
I just love seeing you and Cyber Snake J and all that roll in the morning. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Is Jay going?
No, Jay's not going.
He's not going this year, is he?
No.
I tell you, he loves spending a candle at both ends, Jay. He's great. He slept on the chair, didn't he, at Revival?
Slept on our chair in the hotel, yeah.
He could have gone home from Revival. He only lives in Albury. He could have gone home from Revival.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think was it 23 of us last year, Stu?
Well, they look like, if there's 23, it looked like 46 to me.
I think there's about 30 or 40 of us coming this year, isn't it?
Do you reckon? I only counted 20, but I said I don't know everybody that's going because obviously there's different, you know, circle doing circles, isn't there? Oh, we've got Daz. Daz is in the house. Mr. Co Jones.
Daz is going.
Hello, Daz.
Daz is going. Yeah.
Anyone else going, Stu, who's obviously not in the chat that you know is going?
That I didn't mention the video. Oh,
You forgot everyone in both of them, I think, mate, to be honest.
it's always the way when you try and remember names. I can't.
Let's Talk Retro are going, aren't they? The two lads from Let's Talk Retro.
Is he going?
Both of them are, yeah. Colin
James
and
and Colin, yeah.
Colin. Oh, that's good. So there you go. There's another two.
Well, I tell you who I'd like to see. I haven't met him yet either. I haven't run into him at any events. What's the guy who used to Little Man and his dad?
Gamer of Geek World.
Oh, Game of Geek
Yeah,
World.
sorry.
Wow.
Game of Geek World.
Retro Shed.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, Retro Chef would be good to see. Retro Chef.
Lee won't
I've-
go. Lee's
Met
not
him.
going.
I thought
And
you said-
Harper was round his house the other day, man, apparently, taking loads of pictures of his collection and everything, Ant was.
He
Whose
looks like
collection?
Sorry.
The Retro Shed, he did a thing on it.
Oh.
Oh, the Retro Shed. Is that the one with the young lad?
Yeah. I think they were at Revival this year.
Yeah.
I've not seen them at an event before.
I don't know who that is.
It's cool shed though.
Is
Isn't
that
it?
one like this little film with the girl and the boy?
That's them, mate. They're from They're from Dudley or Birmingham or something, and they've got they built a shed outside. It's got retro. It's really wicked, actually.
Have they
The shed
round by me then, haven't they? I didn't realise that.
I think they're somewhere probably around West Brom, listening to the accent line. I don't know. I can't be certain.
I won't be putting stuff in my shed in West Brom, to be fair.
Won't be
But
putting
I say
stuff in a fucking shed full stop. Unless it's a proper insulated jobby, like what Matt's got, Soulful Retro.
Yeah, that's cool.
Coming from the guy who's got it in his conservatory with the glass there that can see everything in there.
Can't see everything in there. It's got blinds up, curtains.
Liverpool bed sheets.
Yeah.
Have you got any
Given,
comments,
mate.
Stu?
We have Dylan's in the house, Dylan Craven, Gashead Steve's.
Dylan,
Is Gashead going this year?
Ask him.
Yeah, you going this year, Gashead? I know you said he's going to Bristol.
We're not going to sit here and wait for him to reply, are we?
No.
Oh, no, he's not going. Oh, no, we're not going to wait.
Both.
No, we're both. So, Mike, you've been loads. What keeps drawing you going back to going then? Because I don't know.
I just find it's like, I mean, if you watch my channel, you know, like everything was originally about meeting the elusive to the UK. And I met him the second Blackpool I went to. I've actually been to 3 before. I just find it seems to get like now I'm sort of obviously first year I met a couple of tubers there but didn't really know everyone. A bit shy and all that, which is hard to believe that I was shy. Obviously after meeting Stu sort of got me involved with everyone else, and you know, and the last time we went was absolutely fantastic. It was, I think there's about 23 of us last year, and well, do you remember, Stu? They kept on telling us to be quiet and that.
The bingo. Yeah.
Yeah, they would like keep the noise down, and I was having.
Stu will be playing the bingo this year. He'll get himself a book.
No, I thought it was funny. They were telling like the retro gaming crowd to keep it down, it's quite funny. But it's a really good meetup. Everyone just sort of congregates together and just gets absolutely hammered, and it's a good laugh. It's really
Yeah.
good.
So I think Daz is asking about the secret bar. Need to find a secret bar. It's just at the end, Daz. As you go towards the toilet, you just keep going straight on. Instead of going right out the doors, you just keep going. There's a set of doors there.
It's actually a little bit posher than the normal bar, and it's like wooden panels on the walls and all that, isn't it?
So I think we may congregate in there rather than getting told off.
That'd be a good idea to congregate that bar, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they might even have a little bit of a disco in there as well, I think.
Does it? Oh, yes, it has. It's got a little stage. Yes, you're right at the top. Yeah. Maybe for live music and stuff. I don't know.
Because we know you and Chocks and all that like to throw a few shapes at the end of the
evening. Yeah, chuck a few shapes, pull your back out. Okay, now.
Is Chocks
but, I don't think so. No. Talking about the bar and stuff like that. Did anyone watch Lee's video calling all nerds?
Yes. Yeah, I saw that.
And he was on about the pipes and having the shits and bad guts.
Pipes.
Yeah. I think there
Is
might
it
be some
really
truth
that
in
bad,
that.
the ale?
It puts hairs on your chest, mate. It's just, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Weak Northerners, that's the trouble.
Yeah, that's what it is. I thought we're supposed to be the Southern softies.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think what it is, it's the way they look after the actual hotel itself doesn't bode well for.
Oh, you got to wipe your feet on the way out, like,
Yeah.
Is there a big grim in there?
Reviews, actually, they're fucking horrendous.
It's like the best way I can describe it. It's like a Butlins from the 1970s.
It's tired, isn't it? It looks really
It hasn't
tired.
had any renovation work done since
Yeah.
then.
Do the rooms have armated shank in there?
That's
They've got their own sort of certain smell. Let's put it that way.
Oh man.
Armitage Shanks in that's local, mate. It's in Rugeley.
I know
What's
all the
the,
local makes. It comes in 4 colours.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, not aubergine. What's the pinky colour stuff that everyone's all the green one?
That's it, armated shank.
Armitage Shanks, though.
Is that the colour though?
You
That's the make.
No, that's the make. Yeah, they come in blue, green, pink, or white. I think.
Yeah, they're called. There's certain names for those colours, isn't there? I can't remember what it is. I reckon they're going to come back into fashion.
I don't know. Bumhole pink. Grass green, sky blue, sick yellow. It's sick yellow.
Brown.
Who's staying at the Northbreak then? just Mike. Where are you staying, Gareth?
I'm not sure. It's with Scott, Glory Hunter 82.
You don't know where he's staying?
I'm not sure where it is, to be honest.
Oh, is it in
Some
the Northbreak?
B&B for a tenner.
Who's playing mummy?
I know Lewis is
Where
in the
you
same
say,
B&B as me. The Brioni. That's an alright. It's an alright. It's decent. It's tidy. It's clean. Cheap enough as well. I mean, it's literally next door. It's next door to the Northbreak, across the road.
It's that shithole, and it's really expensive as well.
I know.
I'd be staying in Hilton for the same money.
Well, how much does it cost? It's £35 a night where we're staying, but that includes breakfast.
£242 for the weekend.
Fucking crazy, man.
Does that come with one of the local ladies of the night for that price?
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, no, I split it. Me and my mate split it, but obviously, fucking, it's still a lot dearer than a 30 quid room, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're tight. I'm shocked you paid that.
Is that each or is that between you?
What's that? There's 242. It's 2 nights, 2 breakfasts, like full breakfast, obviously. Me and my mate, we split it between 2 of us, so it's 121 each.
It's like 60 a night, then, innit?
Yeah.
Yes, it's double.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, but it's double.
But
Yeah,
the thing is, it's convenient because you can get absolutely smashed and you're already in your hotel. And then when you go down in the morning, have your breakfast, you can go straight into the games thing. If you've got too many games, you can take them to the room, crash out, and come back down to the gaming event later on as well.
Yeah, I suppose you're paying for convenience.
Yeah, dead handy.
Most definite.
Have we got any comments, Stu?
Right,
Has
so we'll
Gashead Steve got to us?
Gashead isn't going. There's some talk about the football. What else have we got here? Oh, Christopher's going. So Christopher's a Scottish guy that lives near Woodlin, actually.
In Chorley. Chorley
yes.
FM, coming in your ears.
Comes in your ears.
He's asking what the hell is that in the face mask? That's Pete. That's old school variety face. All the guys on the stream, I'll put links in the description.
That's our terrorist liaison officer.
No. Dylan's. Yeah, hello, Dylan.
I bit my fucking tongue there, mate. That's why
It's just a good job Mark's not on.
He's phone jacker, that's what he is. YouTube jacker.
The white, fatter version.
Right, I think we've talked enough around Blackpool and whatnot. We can all swing back to it anyway. One of the topics I'd like to discuss, And again, depends who you subscribe to. The Last Gamer, he's done a recent video in and around e-begging. So just people's thoughts. Generally, any thoughts? Anyone care? Anyone bother? Does it annoy anybody? Does no one give a shit?
I'm pissed off no one sends me nothing, to be fair. Send me shit, I ain't bothered. I've got loads of space here.
But isn't that different though? Being gifted.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
There's definitely a distinction then. I think some people get confused between the two.
To be honest, I think if you've got money or you've earned your money or whatever, it's your right to be able to choose where you spend that money. But I personally don't pay any channels really, but I do think there are channels that would be worthy of paying. You know, like me and Old School was chatting earlier about there's a channel we watch, not sort of retro gaming channel, a guy called Techmoan, and he does all sorts of old old tech stuff, like, you know, sort of tape decks, record decks, and he puts on a pretty good quality show, and the money that people donate goes towards getting new stuff that he can review.
And that's my Patreon though.
That's Patreon, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like Toy Ploy that I watch, and you know, who collects old toys and fixes them up. Basically the same thing, just old vintage toys. Some people would sort of say that Patreon's e-begging. I think it can depends. Be, it can't be. Depends how you go about doing it.
I was just going to say that, like, you know, some people are quite subtle and just put it as an ad at the end of their video saying follow the link in the description. Yeah. Whereas other people, I think if you're talking about it and throwing it down the face, like, don't get me wrong, as you say, that there's loads of channels, not just gaming, not just fixing stuff. Some, like, in just general things, like I watch a lot of videos on this guy who does reviews of different parts of Jurassic Park, and he's got a Patreon, but you wouldn't know unless you watched his video to the end, if you know what I mean. Yeah. He doesn't ever mention it. He doesn't ever ask. All he asks is the same as everyone else: like, comment, subscribe, and then literally, unless you watch it right to the end, it comes up. Support this channel via Patreon. Link in the description. So the link's not even there to click. You have to go and look for it, sort of thing. To me, that's totally different. I think what everyone's on about is like when everyone goes back to like Metal Jesus Rocks, when he was on about when they were begging money for like either systems or to go on trips and stuff like you know what I mean. Like, to me, that's piss taking.
To have a big holiday in an RV, they could buy an RV and go around the country for a year.
To be honest though, Mike, Metal Jesus is a really big channel. What's he got? 500,000 subs or something? A lot. And he's one of these people that sort of, what, in my opinion, he kind of warrants having one, because, you know, when he sort of says the fans or whatever, I think they are genuine fans, if you like. But the people I have an issue with are those that put out crap content, like me. And I'd expect people to, come and fucking give me some money on Patreon. That's what I've got to take it from you. If you've got a fucking under, I don't know, you've got to have at least 30 to 40,000 subs to even consider having one. And also, that's what I think. If you're just a normal bloody ninny with a fucking channel and you've got a Patreon, I find it obnoxious, really.
I agree.
It's the audacity of it. How fucking dare they? Who the fuck do they think they are?
I think I mentioned in the last stream, it's a bit like, with those smaller channels, they all seem to fucking Patreon each other. It's like fucking pyramid system. It's never any fuckers money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sure. Oh, if you fucking Patreon me for £2, I'll do it for you for £2 or something, and it's fucking never anyone's money. It's just constant. It's just stupid, I think, to be honest. When it's...
Right. Just a quick one then. We've got Beeps, Brian. Hello, Brian. In the chat, we've got, what else have we got? Dylan's saying he doesn't think Metal Jesus is that bad. Radical Reggie is an e-beggar. I don't know who Radical Reggie is.
Oh, that's his mate. That's Metal Jesus' mate. The one who was
I actually like Radical Reggie. I think he's all right, but
so do I. I like him as well.
Yeah, I like Radical Reggie.
It does.
Yeah, there's liking someone, but
for the services as well.
I don't get what he's saying though, because Dylan's saying, I mean, at least on every video, and don't forget my Patreon. Fucking all right, mate. Give it a rest.
All right. I don't watch them sort of channels really.
It's the begging bit, and it is when it's genuinely begging.
Yeah. But like I say, if you watch the last gamer video, I think the way he was sold it or he described it, I think now, with retrospect, I think he thinks he's made a mistake. I think he's got confused.
See, I don't think he should stop his own.
Gifted. And gifted and e-bag is completely different, isn't it?
I think he's been given some bad advice somewhere down the line or misunderstood the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, bless him, because I felt sorry for him and thought, shit, you don't know what you're talking about, really. But I think he was trying to make a point that he's not that guy. I mean, bloody hell, he's worth it. He's got to be multi-millionaire.
If he was that guy, he's bloody good at it, isn't he?
Fucking damn right. And the thing is, if you are going to gift him something, you know, it's going to really the best collection in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that's the difference. And that's what a lot of people said to him. If you looked at on his Facebook page and in the comments, people were sort of saying, you know, in terms of if you're going to gift anybody who's big and who's got most of the stuff, you prefer it to go to Joel, because at least he comes across as a bloke you can have a beer with. And, you know, he looks, I don't know, it just seems real rather than, you know, this fake front that gets put on sometimes by some people.
I'd agree there.
John Hancock, who's the American guy with a huge collection as well. He's got about 28 full collections. There was a bit of a debate in Joel's comments, which I found great.
Haven't you seen John Hancock's response?
Yes.
It's still a response video.
I need a beer.
What did you think of that, Dana? What did you make of his response video?
I've watched a few of his videos and I normally like him, but I just felt like he got a bit of a chip on his shoulder or a bit up his arse sort of thing. He seemed to ramble on.
Did you also think there was a few sly digs as well there against Joel?
And he was saying like he was saying about people will see what I'm going to do with my collection and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, mate, fucking check a chill pill. Yeah, definitely. I'd agree there. I think with that Joel, he spoke to someone, because he even admits in his video, and now he feels like he shouldn't do his fan thing where he gets gifts, whereas that's a completely... I don't know if he thinks he's a bit of an arse or an e-beggar because he's been given that stuff, but I think he's getting blurred lines between what's begging and what's genuinely being gifted by someone. Like, I think we spoke in the last one why some people Patreon, because for some people, YouTube is their only way of watching entertainment now. So it's like a Sky subscription. It's like, I don't know, your TV license that Pete and fucking Mike don't pay.
But when it went down the other night, I had to sort of watching Netflix.
I can understand that. Actually, it's a good point, because I don't pay a TV. I don't have to watch fake stream media. But what I will say is you know, like, let's imagine Bithead could make a job out of fucking doing a video, I don't know, 3 times a week or whatever, or twice a week or whatever it would be, and he said you only got to charge $1. I would give him the fucking money, because I think he's deserving of the money, because he makes such, in my opinion, fantastically entertaining content.
Yeah, well, didn't that guy who gifted him the PC Engine say exactly that? That, like, you know, I don't pay any TV subscription, so, you know, me giving you this system for how many videos you've done over the years watching you, really, it's probably breaking even, or I still owe you some sort of thing, is the way he looked at it, sort of thing, the guy who gifted it him.
Yeah, he did. He did. I think a lot of us
do.
Hey?
It's just cut off on my TV. Stream.
That's it?
Tonight.
Says live in the corner.
Says live in the corner.
So look at the comments. We've got Pete on the retro tip. Razzmatazz Raz. It is Dana.
Apparently.
Dana, what about Dana?
We can always see you in the stream, apparently.
Me?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just set on you, the actual box.
Oh, Stu, what you doing, man?
It looks live to me, lads.
Is yours switching?
Mine's switching between everyone when I'm looking. I mean, I am the best looking of us, so I can understand why Stu's done it.
No, I've not clicked anything. I've clicked it now, but I don't think I control the camera. I think it just switches to whoever's talking the most. The screen's still switching, from what I can see.
Yeah, and mine. Lewis hasn't said nothing for about 4 months.
Yeah, so a few people sort of said, when's Gareth going to... No, I think it says Craig. I think it meant to mean Gareth. That was Daz. He ain't said out chipping his... Come on, lad, chip in. So Pete on the Retro tips in. Razzmatazz Raz. They're chatting between themselves. Christopher said, people start out with the goal of being given stuff. Others start with the goal of having fun and chatting to folk. So that we're interested in what you enjoy. I suppose that's true. I suppose sometimes it sort of runs away with you as well, don't it? You know, if you get big enough, you kind of lose sight of what you started doing it for initially. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gifted Woodland stuff like crappy PS2 tiles that I weren't going to play, and he wanted them, so I just sent them to his house and sent his daughter some stickers and shit in there. You know, that's just because he's sound and I like watching his contents, and he's always.
You don't ask for them, did you? That's the difference.
No. I just said to him, I said, look, I'm going to get rid of them if you want them. These are what I've got, and I chucked a few extra in and just sent them him. That was during private chat, you know, not over a live stream. That's me talking to Carl on Facebook, sort of thing, like.
Yeah, and obviously he doesn't do many videos now, isn't it? Because he's a real character.
He's on Twitch, mainly does Twitch.
Oh, right.
It's a shame because Carl is a good laugh. I was hoping, like, you know, he'd come back out of retirement, but I don't think he is.
Yeah, he's on the like I say, he's doing Twitch. You can't do both, can you? Or something? Is it? Don't they stop you from doing both?
Yeah, I think he's exclusively to Twitch now because he does a lot of live streaming of FIFA and that, doesn't he? That's his thing. He loves FIFA.
Yeah.
Gareth, any input?
I just want to bring up actually about the fact that we've lost Games Master as a magazine. I think it's a really sad day. If you guys have heard the news.
Yeah, Games Master and Games TM as well, aren't they? Too both by Future Publishing, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, in they're the same company.
Yeah.
I was more gutted when we lost CVG though. CVG was the longest running games magazine there was.
That's the first magazine I bought.
Yeah, the first ever one there was, and it carried on online for quite a while. What was it about 2 years ago we lost it now? Is it like
I don't know. I stopped buying magazines long while back.
No, it carried on online. It went to online after a while. It's still online, and then they shut it all down. I think it's about 2 years. It might be longer than 2 years ago. But Sorry.
Come on, mate. Carry on, Mike.
I was just going to say, Games Master. I don't know. Was the magazine that good? Was it any good? I've only bought it once or twice, and that was many years ago.
Yeah.
In recent years, I wouldn't say it was, man, because I picked up a bunch of them from the boot, and I flicked through them, and it just looked shite to me, to be honest. I mean, the last Games magazine I bought regular would be the original PlayStation 1 one, and maybe the PS2 one when I first got the PS2. But other than that, I haven't bought since the internet became popular, because everything you needed to find out or wanted to find out, you could source yourself. You didn't have to read through to find it, sort of thing.
It's like me and Gaff were speaking earlier, and we sort of said around, just about the whole evolution of the magazines and stuff. And I said to him, the problem is they're out of date. Not even by the time they've gone to print. Probably by the time someone's finished typing the article, that information's no longer relevant. It's been surpassed in this day and age online, and that's just the nature of the beast.
I find a lot of the content. I mean, I used to get Retro Gamer every month for years, and I was reading it. I thought, fuck me, these journalists are the most boring bastards ever. Like, they've got absolutely nothing of any value really to say. They're just boring fucks. And in the 90s, like, journalism, if you whatever magazine you got, it had a bit of edge to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just find that that's sorely lacking nowadays in most magazines, especially
because they're all PC. They're too PC, aren't they? Not as in the computer, but as in pretty correct. They don't want to upset anybody. They don't want to, I mean, we've lost man-sized tissues as well.
What was it you used to like, old school, with the kids' pictures that used to be sent?
What? No, we can't talk about that. I told you, keeping the stream clean.
Tiger Power, and it was the kids' crappy corner. And they like, you draw a shitty picture of Sonic or whatever, or Golden Axe, and they'd take the piss out of them. These kids are fucking genius.
They can't do that now because they get done for bullying, won't they?
Oh yeah,
that's the trouble, man.
You just can't.
That's the trouble, innit?
It's too safe. It's sterile and bloody dull.
Yeah.
Like most shit out there now, really. Except with the exception of YouTube, actually.
Right, so we've got Hanzilla75's joined. Hello, Hans. You're not out of not Hans Gruber out of Die Hard, are you? He says, anyone remember Ace magazine? That's the Amiga one, isn't it? Ace was multi-format as well, wasn't it? I'm sure Ace was multi-format. Beeps Brian says he just downloads the PDFs. Pete reckons Edge was too heavy. Yeah, Edge was like Edge was like the posh man's magazine, wasn't it? All glossy finish to it.
That was the first magazine that used to advertise jobs for gamers for programmers
and graphic artists. Yeah. Lewis, what was the first magazine you bought? Gaming related, obviously.
Oh God.
PlayStation magazine. Play, I think it was called that. I can't really remember. I mean,
was it Play Plus or something? It had like a plus of the controller next. You had like like the triangle, square, and stuff as a plus. I think it was.
I thought it was like 40
now, so that's all I really get. But is Retro Game the same publisher as them two had gone bust or whatever?
I'll have a check. I've got some down here. Hang on.
Yeah, I think it is.
No, it's not. It's by IP Publishing.
Oh, right. Okay.
Is it any first publishing in Bath used to do a lot of the magazines, didn't they? Like Amiga Power and things like that.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Well, I thought most magazines came from first publishing.
We've got what's Daz? Daz is saying Mean Machines. Yeah, I remember buying Mean Machines.
Series on Mean Machines actually at the moment. I've seen issue 1 and 2. Looking forward to issue 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christopher's saying. So I'm reading the comments back to myself. Chris is saying, did any of you read Nintendo Power when you were young?
Yeah, Nintendo Power. Nintendo Power, was that the no? That was the magazine you had to send off for, wasn't it?
That was the official, free subscription.
Yeah, I used to read the Nintendo magazine, not Nintendo Power.
I didn't, because it didn't have any Master System games in. Pete, did you used to read anything ever?
Yeah, Mean Machines, CMVG, Amiga format. There was I used to read, I forget what it's bloody called. PC, what was the PC one I read in there? I completely forgot. There was a PC one that I read for a number of years in the late 90s when I had a PC. I forget what the bloody hell it's called.
What, gaming one or just about PCs in general?
About PCs, but it did have gaming in there. You know, it was programs as well as...
How to be PC?
And a little bit about, the technical aspects. Sorry, Mark, I missed that.
I said how to be PC.
Oh God.
He's still reading that one. He's still reading it.
Yeah. I remember one magazine that my mate used to buy, John, and that was Amiga Action. And that was all just gaming. And some people actually don't like it, but back as, young teenagers, I love that magazine. It's great, I thought. Very colourful.
I like that as well.
I think the best magazine for the Amiga was Amiga Power. I think.
See, I'd say Amiga Action.
I'd Amiga Action.
Whatever came with discs in it. You know what I mean? It's like, that's all you're bothered about. Whatever came with the discs, and then the reading was secondary.
I always used to sometimes buy CU Amiga or Amiga format, and I was always disappointed with the magazine. But you buy them for the discs.
Oh, we've got Kevin fucking Wolford 123.
Feedback, aren't they, on the beard or something?
Is it not Dana again? Is it with his charger?
No, I don't think so.
We've got like I say, we've got Kevin fucking Wolford 123. Right, Kev. Mono not Sega Pro, he says, as a magazine. Pete says he bought the Amiga mags purely for the cover discs.
Yeah.
Ripped them off. I remember there was one, I think it might have been Amiga format. There was a demo game on there, and it was like Worms, but with tanks. I think it might have been called Tanks. Literally
that's
just five.
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Me and my dad, and you used to have the fans and everything.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, me and my dad used to play that for hours.
I mean, my mate played for fucking ages.
You have the elevation of the turret, don't you?
That's it, yeah.
And you got wind and everything. And, it's a brilliant game. Absolutely brilliant.
Pete's got wind.
Oh, you say Pete's got that?
Terrible wind.
I've got name above Chris. Chris is in the house. I can't believe you're still eating, Pete.
See,
this is a yogurt just to relax my stomach because I've got it later. I want the poo to start like solidifying because it's been terrible. It's been like pissing out of my arse.
Old school's got the 8-bit.
You don't want a bit of fibre then?
He's got the 8-bit.
You've got yogurt on your balaclava, Pete. I'll be the mate who tells you. All these bastards are going to let you carry on all night, I'll tell you. Nova Bugs reminded me, I used to have the Amstrad magazine, as I mentioned, I think in the last stream, with all the codes in the back, and I never really bothered typing any of them in. I'd get halfway through and just think, fuck it, I'll put a tape in.
Well, Amstrad had a magazine.
I'm
joking.
Fuck off.
Joking. Sorry, Chris.
We found their 2 subscribers.
Oh dear.
You give it all 8, but it's still the best system in colour, better than any of the other 2. Fuck
I remember your Sinclair. That was a good magazine for the old 8-bit.
Fantastic. That was great.
Yeah, they was a good company, but Alan Sugar made them better, didn't he? When they were fucking struggling.
Alan Sugar fucked it all up, didn't he?
Not as much as what fucking Sir Clive did, because he was losing money left, right, and centre.
I've seen some of those. I've picked up Zach over the years at car boot sales or whatever, and that was a really cool magazine. Bit before my time.
They've just done. I funded last year the Crash annual. I've just funded the new one, but they just done a Kickstarter for the Crash for Zap as well.
Yeah, Chris Wilkins, who done the Crash, the 2 Crash ones. He's also done the Zap one as well. Chris, I've stalled next to Chris at Revival. Really nice chap, lovely family.
He's actually a really good guy. I ordered one of the sort of limited edition 10 only copies, and it was. When it came through, it was in a real poor state. It was all scratched up and that. And I said to him about it, and he said he'd try and get another one to me. He couldn't, so he refunded me the money and didn't ask for the original one back either. Which was
he's a good lad, Chris. He's the one who got John Romero to come to Revival.
About my Games Master, then, what did you like about it? The magazine.
I mean, for me, it wasn't perfect by any means. It was just a case of having a magazine that was very generalized. It would cover Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. It was just nice to have a magazine that kind of catered to all of the platforms rather than just one.
And when did you last buy it, Gareth?
Shut up.
That's what I said to him. He was like, "Oh no, it's all gone to the wall." I said, "Well, you haven't bought it. It's going to die."
The last
Moving on.
Might be worth something in a few years.
It's all right. Stu accused me of destroying the magazine.
Yeah, I said it's your fault they've gone bust. Then that's why. You should stop buying it.
He was their last subscriber. They just thought, you know what, fuck it.
But on a similar tangent, when me and Gareth was discussing about the magazines and stuff, and I sort of said to him, I said, it's not too dissimilar to how the arcades ended up, going to the wall. And I think for me, when the PlayStation came out, that was the death knell for arcades generally. Other than the big deluxe, hydraulic functioning specialised machines, I think the PlayStation killed the arcades.
You think it's a PlayStation, do you? I think.
Well, I think at that point, that's when you had Ridge Racer. That was, it wasn't arcade perfect, but it weren't far off.
Yeah, but you could go back to the SNES and say like Street Fighter and stuff like that would have.
How about?
Yeah, it was still. I don't know. I think like you say, between the PlayStation and the Dreamcast. Dreamcast.
Yeah, Dreamcast definitely.
I think that was when it really died because, like I say, House of the Dead 2 was actually better on the Dreamcast than it is in the arcade, isn't it?
Same with Virtua Tennis. Loads of the games on there were much better on the Dreamcast than they were in the arcade. In fact, the last time I remember...
Dana, in Erdington?
I never went there, but everyone does seem to remind me of it. but I never went there, to be honest. I wouldn't go to Erdington. It's rough.
Well, yeah. A little bit.
But yeah, the Dreamcast definitely had a lot of the arcade games, and they were much better. Virtua Striker, Virtua Tennis, Big Bass Fishing was even pretty fun on the old Dreamcast, and they were all your pound-a-go games in the arcade.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as a kid, you sort of, unless it was your birthday or something, you always veered away from the 50p. I remember Mad Dog McCree's like 50p a pound ago. Dragon's Lair, you always fucking died within 20 seconds of that, so no one ever played that. Yeah, you always wanted to get your best bang for your 10p, didn't you?
Oh, you go back a bit now. Last when I first started like gaming in the arcades and things like that, they were 10 pence, and then it was like went up to 20p. It's like on like Kung Fu and Kung Fu Master and all that was the start for me.
There used to be an arcade in Skegness called Copperama, and it had all the latest games, all the Jammer ones, and they're all 10p a go. RoboCop, Gang Wars, the whole lot, 10p a go. Copperama, best arcade in Skegness.
First ever 50p game I remember is RoboCop, I think.
I'll tell you something. A couple of years ago, I went to the Isle of Wight, and they've got an amazing arcade there. With a lot, I think the machines have been there forever, since the 80s. They've even got a sit-down bloody outrun cab. All of those, it's amazing. Yeah, if you're ever at the Isle of Wight.
See, we're all hitting the nail on the head. Most of us went to the arcade when we went on holiday. My only local arcade was in my cinema, and that was only like, 10 machines max. That was down at Merrill in the local shopping centre. There was a cinema with a few arcades. The only time other than that I went to an arcade is if I went on holiday.
Yeah.
For me, there used to be an arcade where we used to live, but it's above a chip shop, and it was a bit rough. So, like, we didn't used to go there. But they used to have two arcades in the swimming baths. So we used to play on the arcades there, and it was only when the fair used to come to town, really. We used to sort of play because we went on holiday.
Yeah, the local social club that had a couple of arcade, like, the sit-down cabs. It was proper old school. My dad used to go there every Saturday.
The one near me used to have Paperboy in the social club. You just reminded me of that, Dana.
Jailbreak is what I played. Jailbreak and Yeehaw Kung Fu.
Stand-up Paperboy with handlebars on top. Really good.
Actually, so if you ever go to Tamworth, they've got a Namco there, and they've got some bloody great arcades. And they did for a while opened up a retro bar, and they had asteroids and all this. But in the main hub, they've got like really cool versions of Batman, and there's a new Batman game. It's wicked. The Jurassic World one, that's quite good as well.
Just jump into the comments then, guys. Christopher's amazed that Mike's got a fridge by his side. We've got Craig Bearded Man Child. He said, love the setup, Mike. Fridge next to the sofa. Aidan Game Taft's on here. Which day, lads, have been up at Blackpool. Everyone's asking Daz why he's shouting in caps. And he says, because he can and he's old. What else have we got? Steve says Butlins in the summer of 1991 for him.
Nice.
And then Dylan saying nearest arcades to me were Brighton and Liverpool.
Bloody hell, that's a bit far apart.
And Daz is going to bed now because he's got to get up to go to arcade club tomorrow.
Rub it in then.
Daz, it's 8:45.
He's going to bed before Pete, that's rare.
I'm in bed.
Yeah. I'm glad Mike's woke up for the stream today, to be fair.
It was touch and go, Dana.
Lewis, when did you ever play arcades? Do you even like games?
Yeah, I like them a bit. No.
You like trading them in CEX?
Never really went to arcades, really. There used to be one in my local Mega Bowl, but I was never really that interested in them. I always thought it was expensive. I think it was like £1 to play them. Because I just thought I could play them at home. Obviously, you need to buy them to play them at home, but I was never really drawn to them. I think I used to play House of Dead 2 in the arcade and Time Crisis 2. That was probably the only two I used to play. More drawn to
probably.
them,
You're
really.
a bit younger though, aren't you? How old are you?
30.
Yeah, so you're a bit younger, so you possibly missed the sort of arcade.
Yeah.
I'm 38, and I would say only a couple of years below me would have really appreciated the arcades, and then after that, it was a sort of done thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think the nearest one to me now is Hollywood Bowl, but I've not been there for about 10 years, so
It's probably shut, mate. Same with Gareth with the Games Master. It's shut now, mate, 'cause you've not been.
Yeah, that's
shut it down.
My fault.
They've actually got quite a good arcade set up in Weston, actually. I might do a little video of on the piers. They've got some pretty good arcades on the pier, like.
I've seen Lawn Boys post. Dave has been to that 2 times, hasn't he?
Yeah. Sorry, Stu?
Say Lawn Boys post. He's been to the one at Western Supermare, hasn't he? The pier. He's done a few videos.
Yeah. I'd done a video before that, but my blooming card corrupted. But yeah, no, he's done one. Dave, isn't it? Lawn Boy 1975, another Bristolian. And yeah, it's pretty good up there. So it's okay. I mean, they've probably got like 20 or 30 machines there, I'd say. Which isn't massive, is it? But it's okay.
Gareth, did you like arcades? Could you reach the cabs?
Yeah, just about. It was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie, it was quite difficult.
They had them little plastic steps for the kids, didn't they?
Or a
stools.
Well, my mum used to hold me up. So basically, I think I ploughed hundreds of pounds into Time Crisis 2. That was my favourite arcade game. But I just want to recommend Skegness. It sounds insane.
Yes,
Skeggy, right?
Skeggy's the best, man.
Awesome for arcades. And not only is it awesome, it's like a lot cheaper than Blackpool. It's like 30 pence a play rather than £1. And they've got some really good arcades. They've got Luigi's Mansion as well, which is great.
Yeah.
So if you're near Skegness, it's awesome for arcade games.
I think we spoke in previous streams that we probably played the same arcades growing up, man, because Skeggy was my 2-3 times a year I went there because I had family up there.
Same here, man. That's where I cut my teeth, Skeggy.
Yeah, man. I still go there now. Mum and Dad have got a van up there. I still go up there, still go in the arcades. Yeah, 35. I've not grown up.
I remember where all of them were, where all the best ones were. Had all where all the machines were. Each one had a certain machine as well.
I remember it wasn't in Skegness. I don't know if it was further up in Mablethorpe. There was still a penny arcade up until about 2002. A proper penny arcade. And that's just gone. Imagine how much they were worth when they sold them. It was all the old wooden, blooming, shoot the marble stuff sort of thing, like.
Yeah.
So, have you been to Arcade Club this Stu?
A couple of times.
What's it like?
So you watch his videos, Michael?
Get off my fucking... In the words of Betty, get off my fucking show.
Fuck off.
No, we're all sort of talking about maybe doing a trip up towards there as well.
It's one of those things I think you have to go and experience at least once if you can.
I'd like to go, Mike.
Definitely worth it. But I'll tell you this now, though, Pete. The time will go like that.
Will it?
Yeah, it'll just, especially if you just go for the evening, it'll just disappear. You're better off going for a full day if you can.
Yeah, I think that's on the cards. And I've seen a lot of that Villord Such had done a video on it, and it, you know, he was really excited to be there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm thinking I've seen loads of other videos, and it does look absolutely amazing.
I've watched a couple this last week, and it really does look nice. I mean, Silly Steve says it. You've got to go there. He's totally flying the flag for the place. Silly Steve. He can't recommend it highly enough. And
they've got pins as well, right?
What's that?
Yeah,
Pims. The drink.
Pins. No,
Pims.
Pins. I'm not sure about pins. Does that have pins?
Yeah. Pinballs.
I don't know. I've not.
So Pete, there's only you who's not told us if you arcades, if you like them, if you miss them.
Every time I go to Birmingham, there's a pub there called Tilt, and they've got about 20 or so pinballs, and I have a go every single time. I probably get a tenner in change, put a tenner in the pins, and I love it. And there's also
that new one, Kong's opening, innit?
You ought to go, Dana. Set up a fucking thing. We should go.
Yeah, because I sent you the bloody link to it, didn't I? Telling you that Kong was opening all summer.
There's a few. Well, yeah, that looks all right, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a new one. That is. They're like a franchise though that they'll probably pop up in most of the big cities soon. Obviously, Birmingham first or second, wherever it is. I think there's one more somewhere else.
again, it was the same as everyone else, mate. You know, growing up, even now in the local cinema, there's an Outrun 2 cab. So I have a go on that, and there's a Virtual Fighter 3 as well. And then obviously Tilt. But yeah, growing up, it was chip shops. They're everywhere, weren't they? You know, on holiday. Great. Miss it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's certainly missed.
Yeah. Even up until a few years ago, because I used to go to Cornwall a lot, still do. But I used to go like nearly every bloody week. And in Tintagel, there was a wicked arcade there. And that closed down a couple of years ago. That was unfortunate.
There was a couple.
Kept going.
Yeah, there's a couple of arcades in my own town, Coventry. One on Gosford Street, and there's one in the town centre. The one in the town centre is where I first saw, I think it was one of the Tekken games playing. I can't remember which one it was. It might be Tekken 2 or 3. It's quite a newish one that just not long opened. But the one down in Gosford Street where I first saw Art of Fighting. But that was a real like spitting sawdust arcade, like, and Gosford Street was wow, really dodgy back then. Now it's more students and stuff, but yeah, back then it was a bit of a dodgy area to go to.
Is that why you were there?
Yeah. So I've got the comments on that note. They're all asking Razik is coming to Blackpool. He's saying no, it's Pete's fault or Daz's fault because he won't pick him up. Talk about the pinballs. They're just taking the piss out of each other, basically, between them. I think Darren's definitely gone. Where else I want to say? Oh, Hanzilla, he's from Copenhagen. He says the Tivoli Gardens used to have 4 huge arcade areas there in different parts of the park. These days, they have a small basement with some Sega machines. That's a bit like the one in the Trafford Centre, isn't it? Is it the Namco arcade?
Yeah, the Namco. That's good. That's good. I went there when I went to play Manchester.
Yeah.
I missed you lot. I think you lot went to a pub first, and then I went to the arcade, and then by the time I come out the arcade, I think you lot went there. I'm not sure, but they had that new Star Wars arcade, didn't they? And another one right next to it.
Yeah,
absolutely awesome, that machine. But £2 a go or something, or £4 a go.
Yeah. Lewis, didn't you go to a load of pinball to a pinball hall in Krakow,
in Poland? Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting video. That one, I watched that. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, my really badly edited video, which I put up. That's cool. And it's that cheap because it's Poland. So if you're ever in Poland, definitely go there. Check it out.
How did you find that then? As in, how did you actually find it? Not how did you find it, as in how was it, but how did you actually find the actual place?
They had a pamphlet in my hotel I was stopping in for it, so well, I will check that out one day.
You didn't think it was going to be like a scene at a hostel, you know, where they start harvesting your body parts.
Yeah. So you feel a little injection in your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got Victor Gamer. Nice to see him in the house. What else have we got going on? Again, they're talking between themselves. Craig's telling Raz to fly to Newcastle, and they'll look after him.
Calling all nerds. No one gets looked after in fucking Newcastle.
Lee's in the house calling all nerds. Evening, Lee. Evening, Vidya Game. I said that already.
Fucking, I thought he was the Northern Tubers last week. Lee keeps changing his fucking name. Just be Lee. Just be Lee.
Just
Retro
Lee.
Gamer Addict, Lee. Like you used to be before. Stop changing your name. You don't need to do it. Okay.
So bringing it back round to Blackpool then, I mean, I never holidayed in Blackpool. I went to Blackpool once as a kid. That was to see the illuminations. Yeah.
Day trip, man. It was like SAS mission. Get there in the morning, see the lights, fuck off home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Haven't they got a crappy Madame Tussauds there, like a real bad one?
I know they had a Ripley's Believe It or Not. They had a Ripley's Believe It or Not. I remember that. I remember buying loads of turtle figures and that when I used to go. I used to go roughly before my birthday, go and see the lights, get a shitload of toys and go back home. It was great. It was like extra Christmas. But as to go round Blackpool, I never had more than 24 hours there. Never, ever.
No,
and I'm still not going to, apparently. Anyone else ever go to Blackpool?
Yeah, quite a bit as a kid, to be fair. But it's... And also in a previous job of mine, I used to have to fucking go twice a year with people that I looked after. That was fun, not really. Going to the arcades, watching them drop pennies into fucking machines for 6 hours. Jesus.
2p machines are great. I like going on them now, so I win the prizes so the little kids can't have them. That's the sort of fucking individual I am.
They're all redemption machines, aren't they? Now that's part of the problem. You have to pump shit tons of money in it just to get a load of tickets out to buy shitty gifts.
I won something the other day at a bloody one of them things. You know those grabbers? If anybody wants them,
no one's run out of a grabber.
Look at these. From a grabber.
Slimer's good.
I've got that Slimer somewhere.
That's the guy of a horror film, isn't it? The other one.
No, it's Ant-Man, that is.
Oh, it's Ant-Man. Oh, that looks like...
You know, like, I want to play a game.
Put that on eBay. Keep Slimer.
Has anyone seen that video of those kids that use their iPhone to slow down the actual machine, the redemption machine? It was almost like a shuffle thing where they hide, like, a pea or something. And they move it all around, and they just basically record it on their iPhone, and they can see where it ends up. And they literally, like, fucking shit tons of tickets are coming out of this machine.
Really? That's a brilliant idea. I'm going to have to look at that.
Yeah. I remember before they used to fix the fucking grabbers, when they used to be genuine, my fucking old man used to come back with fucking bin bags of them, man, and sell them on the booter back in the day. Bin bags of them. And then they started rigging them, and he got pissed off. So I'm probably going back to the 80s.
There's a kid who's got a channel who does it in America, and he shows you how to win on them. They're not. It's more about knocking things rather than grabbing them with it, trying to sort of knock them into the basket instead of grabbing and pulling them, because the grab on it is pretty crap. I think we're about to run out of battery here. So.
Right, we've got AD Gamer 89. Hello, AD. Lee saying he's freelance. He's a bit of a mercenary. He does videos to the highest bidder.
Do you want to do one for me? Because I can't be arsed. Just say you bought a load of shit, man, from CX in the boot sale and it's done.
There's a good one. Lee's basically saying he's loving the tubes at 10 that Craig does.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, I must do it. That's absolutely brilliant. Cracking idea, that is. Yes, I'll put all the links to the channels in the description once it's finished. I did do it, but I had to redo the stream again, so I've lost them. But I'll cut and paste them in so you can see it afterwards.
Yeah, we're hoping to get an IT technician on board for our next stream to help us out with things.
Next time I'm going to get some people that I have to connect to a stream. Chris is saying Scottish folk used to go to Blackpool in the 60s, which was the 2-week holiday they got back then. Okay.
Anyone else remember the 60s other than Stu?
I should have been born. I should have been alive in the 60s, I tell you. I went Hanzilla. I went to Blackpool as a kid. My dad came from Southport, so it was on the way. He had to survive a 3-hour tour of my dad's old hood. Excalibur 32. He's in the house. I always forget his name. That's Paul's mate.
Oh, that's it. We all know now.
I'll forget. Minx is in the house. Craig.
Wasn't Minx's last video where he was up on a roof or something doing a view?
Yeah,
I've only seen the snippy.
I've
only seen the snippy.
It's a view from work, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did mine, but I'm a plasterer. I'm like a fucking mushroom kept in the dark and fed on shit.
Steve, yes, that's it, Steve. Sorry, Steve. Dylan's asking me how old I am. 42 in 2 days' time.
52.
Yeah, still 52.
What year were you born, Stu?
76.
What, 1976 or 18?
42 Sunday.
He's a fucking immortal.
Conor McLeod, and I can't die.
Could do with his head chopping off.
Yeah, lose some weight.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Did we have any more agendas to discuss this week, or did we really like?
I think we blitzed through them, to be honest, because we.
Yeah, you talked about Blackpool.
I think we should give our brothers and sisters in the NHS a shout out.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
We discussed this, Michael. You said you weren't going to go there.
No,
well, we're not. We just discussed. We're just saying.
It just needs to be said.
And they fixed my eye this week, so I'm not wearing a patch on the stream.
Can anybody tell me why we're discussing the NHS?
No, we can't. So shut the fuck up, Pete.
You should have gone private, Dana.
Fucking hell. I'm a plasterer. Fuck me.
Yeah, you definitely should have gone private then.
Fucking
The
hell.
same number as bricklayers now, aren't they? Plasterers.
We're above them, mate.
There you
Fucking
go.
hell. I couldn't have gone private anyway, man. I want me
You don't even
NHS
put your own
patch.
boards up, do you?
If I'd have gone fucking private, I'd have come back with 3 eyes or something like that. I don't need that shit in my life. Imagine trying to put glasses on. Anything in the comments, Stuart? Where's Lewis gone? Is he asleep? All right, Lewis, mate. You're all right, mate. Imagine if Lewis had been into arcades. He'd be going down to CEX with like a fucking Street Fighter 2 under his arm, wouldn't he?
I wish.
They'd probably say, mate, that's got to go as unboxed, that has.
I thought you'd given a Zangief reference then.
Yeah.
No, I ain't commenting.
Right, let's look at the comments. Hans is saying he's 43, but he looks 42. Nice. Lee's asking what time's kick-off in the Norbreck on Friday. Whenever you get there, mate. Whenever you want.
I usually get there for about 2 myself.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe 4 o'clock, mate. I don't know. There's traffic in it. You've got to get up there first. So, all things being equal,
So you had the day off?
Half day. There's no point having the whole day. It's only about.
It all depends what time we make. Marcus drives us up, really. But if he's supposed to be having the day off, if he doesn't have the day off, we usually get there about 6:30. But I like to get there about 2 usually.
Do any of you use public transport to get up there, or do you fly private jet?
No, I'm not a plasterer, unfortunately. I can't afford a private jet.
I'm going CX on my way up.
Which one? Everyone.
Spread all the dodgy stuff around.
Which one will take the FIFAs in?
I told you, get on Spock, man. Get a pickup in every town on the way up and make yourself some money.
I fucking hate Spock. It's shit.
It's good.
Told you.
Charities.
I've been bossing Spock since day one. That's why I've got good feedback on it.
Dave says Captain Spock.
Do we all know what the Spock is as well? Do we all know that reference? What the Spock is?
Death grip.
No.
Isn't it?
No, it's 2 in the pink, 2 in the stick.
Oh, right, yeah. The old Neapolitan ice cream.
Well, if you're not so cute, isn't it?
Cinny Steve's in the house.
Hey.
Here's one then. This is a nice little topic. He's mentioned this here. C64 minis are awful. He's talking to Brian.
It's a full size one.
But I did notice. But I mean, I don't own a C64 mini, but I did see one of the chaps I subscribed to. He's basically did a video saying that they've actually managed to crack it properly now, so it's a lot easier to put ROMs onto it than before.
I can crack it with a hammer.
Is that right? That's actually very interesting because the missus has bought me one for Christmas, and I said, "Well, you know," and she let it slip the other day because I was going on at her. I always know what I got for Christmas anyway. It's a fucking.
What you mean? Santa's not bringing it you, Peter?
Father Christmas in England, please, Dane.
Santa Claus.
Anyway, this Santa
Saint Nicholas.
Chris Kringle.
But that's interesting you say that, Tootie. Maybe it is worth bloody keeping hold of because you haven't took it back yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the early days you had to load them up as disk images, disk files to load them. But apparently now they've revised the whole firmware and you can use USB sticks and load the ROMs up that way. So it's not really
the actual keyboard itself is fucking.
It's virtual. It's a virtual keyboard.
Yeah, but that keyboard that comes with it is just
no keys,
it's a fucking paperweight.
Yeah, it's not keyboard. It's just a bit of plastic.
Yeah, no.
They're not even keys, are they? They're not real keys. It's just a.
So they might as well have carried on with the joystick that they bought out years before. It's more or less the same thing, then, isn't it?
Well, they put it in a fake case.
Because someone bought one of them off me at one of the events and said they were going to try and hack it. So I don't know if they did.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Right.
You find a lot of dodgy things interesting. You do, Peter.
I'm just pretending, really, Dan. I'm just going along with it and trying to be politically correct. So I could just be going, cunt, fuck, anchor.
Lewis, say cunt. Lewis, say cunt. Say
cunt.
He's the poshest cunt I've ever heard.
Don't know. He's not an 8-year-old. Say cunt.
No.
Say cunt.
You know, who teaches 8-year-olds? Who teaches 8-year-olds to say cunt? You know they should know that word. They should know that by 6. Fucking must be retards up your way if they don't learn that till 8.
Swearing by 5. Oh dear. What else we've got in the comments? Everyone's asking Craig how he's been. He said his wallet's been in intensive care after buying certain items off Craig's here again.
Oh yeah, but what a deal he had. There's some fantastic games there, absolutely fantastic.
Minx is not a fan of any of the mini systems. Oh, that was the other one.
Anyone want to go to Essex and fetch some stuff for me?
Yeah, that's another one. I can't remember. This flew past that. Dylan's mentioned this one here. The analog Mega Drive. You know, they did the analog Nintendo. They're bringing out an analog Mega Drive.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Yeah,
I think it looks good.
Expensive.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but what a piece of kit. I'd like to get that and the Super Nintendo one.
What's so good about that over the Retron 5 or even just a fucking normal Mega Drive?
Because it's
FPGA, isn't it?
It's FPG or FPA or whatever it's called.
FPGA.
It's basically a chip that sort of my understanding of it, the chip emulates the actual chip, so it sort of becomes that hardware. It's as close. It's almost not like emulation. The machine becomes that machine.
What's the point of having that instead of just a regular Mega Drive then?
Because it's
HDMI.
HDMI out.
Is that
and
it?
You can, and the sound. Apparently, the sound on the Mega Drive is the best the Mega Drive's ever sounded.
Oh, okay, all right. So there's a few values.
Basically, if you're going to play Mega Drive games, that would be the best and cleanest way to play them, from my understanding.
And what's the cost?
What's that? About 150 quid, I think.
Fuck that.
Just get one of them bloody box things. That'll do the job. You know, them upscalers. They're all right.
Get it at Games One. Everyone loves them.
Yeah, they're great. I've got a few.
What exact games was that?
I don't know why we're worried about what the picture looks like, because we're all getting older. Our eyes are getting no better, so we don't really need to worry, I don't think.
No. Talking about expensive bits of equipment, and I know this guy can divide opinion. Old Pat the NES Punk. I know Dana's a fan. They're completely what's it?
Yeah, I like Pat.
Useless podcast. Did you see the bit where they're talking about that? I can't remember if they've renamed it now. That multi-plebus system. The modulator, whatever you call it.
I like the idea of it, but it's not FPGA no more, is it, or whatever it's called? It's basically just emulation.
But did you watch the podcast that they did though, him and Ian, and they talked about the figures and the numbers, and it got quite worrying actually because it just broke over their threshold that they had to get, didn't they? But they said, I don't really rate Pat the NES Punk. I don't think is he done Flea Market Madness. That was okay before he had his head up his own arse. But basically, he's not really his opinion isn't really valid. He's bought a Switch, which is the newest thing he's bought since the Nintendo 8-bit. Yeah.
Everything else he's bought from a market or a thing. He used to slag the Wii U off something chronic, and he didn't even own one or hardly ever played one. So,
so did anyone else hardly ever fucking play one? That's why no one's got one anymore.
I've got one.
I've got one.
Do you play? You don't play fucking games at all anyway.
I fucking play games. You don't.
Fucking dust collecting fucker.
I thought you were talking about me then. I was going to say, didn't you see my valiant attempt on R-Type the other week?
Dylan said it's the Polymega. That's correct.
No, it's changed the name now. It's not the Polymega, is it?
I don't fucking know. But basically, I could see people losing their money because I think that Ian made a good point. After 60 days or 90 days, you can't claim back your money off the credit card. So if it all goes to fucking rat shit, you've lost like 400-500 quid.
You know they need to speak to, don't you? Well, I don't know actually. It's that new Spectrum handheld that just came out. They went through the
Vega. Oh, the Vega. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Looks like he got med in the back of someone's garage out of bits of shit they found.
I tell you what, though, if you actually got
bits of paper sticker,
about 400 or 500 quid on eBay, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do that. I mean, I've seen videos of people can't even press the buttons. It's just like ridiculous.
I was watching doing a review, and I told him to use the Force.
They have to restart it every time they want to play a new game because it just crashes every time you want to start a new fucking game up, man.
I'm just hoping my Spectrum next to be a lot better when it comes through.
When's that due to be sent out?
I'm supposed to receive it in January. So, but yeah, hopefully it get there this side of Christmas. Hopefully.
But there has been like software made for it, so they've obviously worked on the system.
Jim Bagley,
I know.
If basically the boards got released, the boards probably did get released in January, but they've had problems with making the actual keyboard and everything. They've had, they've come into problems they weren't, banking on. So obviously things when you're making a process.
Yeah, that's right, Stu. Hasn't Craig Turner, hasn't he got one of the boards and he's put his own stuff in it?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
I think he does it on his Facebook, doesn't he, Craig? Who runs Revival?
Inside a 48k, can't you, or a rubber key jobber?
So, Jay Cybersnake, I think, is briefly here. He says, "Yo, lads, just a quick hello. Gonna watch the rerun later. Pissed off he's not going to Blackpool." He says, "I don't."
Why isn't he going?
He's not allowed. It's the same reason as you. He's got to look after young guns. His dog. Beeps is saying, until now, everything is software emulation. FPGA emulates hardware. AD Game is saying, anybody on Instagram? I'm not. I don't do Instagram or Twitter.
I'm on Instagram.
Chris is saying, I don't trust him. I enjoy stuff, but his opinion is bought. I think he's referring to Pat NES Punk.
Yeah.
Cindy Steve, when you use a modded or Jap Mega Drive, don't say Jap, Steve. Through a professional CRT, you'll realise you can't beat it. But I do see the appeal of these newer HDMI systems. Hans Gruber has made a good question here. What game series needs to be brought back? He's still dreaming for Outrun 3 and Jet Set Radio 3.
A remaster of Die Trilogy.
You couldn't play it on the PS1 the other day. I was watching your stream silently.
Fuck you.
I didn't fucking comment. I thought, fuck me, what are you doing here? Keep fucking restarting. I thought he's back on the ale. I'm going to say Destruction Derby, man, because I used to play that with the old man. That's one of the few games the old man used to play. And I just thought it was brilliant. Simple, but brilliant. There you go. There's my answer.
It'd be pretty cool if they brought a new R-Type out. That'd be pretty good. I don't know if it'd be any better at it, though. But
yeah, but in what form, though, Mike? Because everyone's into them bullet hell shooters now, aren't they? So you can't. R-Type wouldn't work in that scenario, would it? Really, I don't think.
Yeah, but it's just a side-scrolling shooter. There's room for both, surely.
Clearly not with Stuart.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not really a shooter fan, and that. I mean, I play them. I'm shit at them. I'm not playing for a bit, but I'm not a.
I used to love Salamander.
Yeah,
Salamander as well.
What I'm saying is, with that genre, there's only so much you can do with it that's going to be different. I would have thought. I don't know.
Well, it's just but the same with any game, isn't it? A driving game, you're driving from A to B. A shooting game, you're just shooting until you get to kill the boss, and then get every game. It's just different levels and different. But you know, like you say, I mean, Bithead 1000 knows this stuff, doesn't he? And he called R-Type the greatest shooter of all time.
Yeah, but he didn't ask for a remake.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'd have a look if there was one.
He didn't say remake. Well, did he say remake or did he say?
I thought it was a continuation of the
reboot, was it?
series. I thought it was a continuation of the series.
He said what needs to be brought back, which is different to a reboot. This is like continuing the series. You're right there.
Wouldn't be a remake of Outrun, would it? It'd be a third game.
Correct.
So it's a continuation of the series, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not a remake, then, is it?
So any series that ended and you thought, oh,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. A new archetype would be good to have.
Yeah, I suppose.
I was wanting the new Road Rash.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
More excuses for new Road Rash games, didn't we? But the actual guy who made it never actually brought it back. He promised he would, but he didn't.
And it's not a lot of people. I think Pete's going to, if he's still in here, he's probably going to say, oh, yeah, like all the old point-and-click adventures, Monkey Island, proper sequels made by the original people.
Yeah.
You know, all the original LucasArts.
They did a new game, didn't they, with the Disc 13 or something, didn't they? That was off of Metal Jesus' thing. There was a joke in Monkey Island 2, which was insert Disc 13 or insert Disc 14, and that disc didn't exist.
Right.
They released a new game in the last couple of years, and it actually the limited edition came with Disc 14 to finish that joke for over 20 years ago, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yes, I saw that one, yeah.
Do you have an opinion, Peter?
I've just sold mine.
Oh, Road Rash, didn't you? Yeah.
What about you, Lewis? Anything you'd like to see continue?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What's the topic?
CX2, The Revenge. That's what he wants back.
Talk about people opening up a competing chain store called SEX.
Oh,
no, I'm joking. Games that you would like to see brought back, i.e., like some guy. The guy mentioned Outrun 3.
Oh right.
So for you, it's going to be PlayStation or Dreamcast led. I would have thought.
I've already said Destruction Derby.
Okay, let me think about it. First thing that comes to my head. Don't know. Don't put me on the spot like this.
We were
talking about it 20 minutes.
We'll come back to you in an hour.
I was just looking something up.
Stop watching Pornhub.
Gareth, you can always tell when Gareth's going to talk because he's got his snowball ready there to sing into.
Fuck you. No,
yes.
There's so many. I don't even know what to say now. There's so many remasters in games coming back, so it's very hard to choose. But for me, Jet Set Radio on the Dreamcast. If they could bring that series back, it'd be awesome. It was very unique.
Dead IPs, yeah.
But there again, you could say that for a lot of Sega classics, couldn't you?
Dino Crisis.
Oh, how about a new decent Golden Axe?
Fuck yes, Mike.
Yeah. Not that Beast Rider rubbish.
No, that was shit, that wasn't it?
Did anyone play that?
Yeah, I did. What a disappointment.
Did you see when the elf bloke says, "Buy my balls, girl"?
No.
Oh, mate. That's your videos again, Mike. What was that, Stuart?
Is that one of your dodgy videos? Shinobi, so the comments, we've got Shinobi.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Good call.
Sega Zombie. Scott's in the house. Rolling Thunder.
Oh, brilliant. Another good call.
Very similar games, aren't they, Rolling Thunder and Shinobi, though?
They're almost like reskins, aren't they?
Yeah.
But then again, a lot of the original Sega Mega Drive platformers, I think, we're all running on the same sort of
E-Swap.
E-Swap, Revenge of Shinobi, and all those sort of games. We're all on the same sort of programming equipment, like, the same, like a level editor.
16, System 16 board. I'm sure Beeps will confirm or deny that.
Yeah, thank you.
Lewis, have you got an answer yet?
Yeah, Dino Crisis. There you go.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I just shout it, yeah.
The third one was shit, but, they can bring
that was on Xbox, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fucking dog shit. They can bring it back. They can revive the series.
But would it,
in fact, I think it looks really good, though.
Have to be VR.
I'd say on a monitor.
I was going to say myself another Double Dragon, but he'd done that Double Dragon 4, but it was like the NES version, wasn't it? It was, I like, a good Double Dragon and like based like the arcade, like, that was a.
Double Dragon Neon was wicked, man.
That was fantastic. I tried to play that the other night and got my ass absolutely handed to me.
Fucking solid. It's so hard, isn't it, boy?
I used to be able to get you straight through that on normal, like not a problem. And last night I couldn't even do the first level.
Maybe it's your joystick, Mike.
I know some dodgy getting sold me. Like.
It's bad nowadays, mate.
Just getting sold a seed.
Bring it to Blackpool. I'll fix it for you with a fucking hammer. Track and field.
Yeah.
Dylan said track and field. Silly Steve says track and field would be great. Keep simple graphics, but more events. What events would you have? What events would you have to track and field? No one watches.
I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, look at us all. We all go for our daily jog for fucking 3 miles, don't we? Fucking hell.
Archery. That was in one of them, wasn't it? That was in.
Nah, that was one of the Winter Olympics. Not the Winter. Was it the Winter Olympics? The Summer Olympics.
Like skeet shooting and stuff like that, wasn't there? I remember one. I can't remember what compilation or sports event it was, and it was like cross country skiing, and you saw this guy going across the screen, like not even moving. It wasn't even proper skiing. It was just called cross country skiing. It was like the most boring event ever.
I remember Nagano Winter Olympics on the PS1 being really good. I'm sure you had to do like jumps and do like button combos while you're in the air on skis and stuff like that. I vaguely remember that game.
Still, I say vaguely, isn't it? Pole vault. Is it the pole vault? Oh, that's a high jump, isn't it?
Yeah, nah, pole vault's not in it, I don't think.
Pole vault.
I've got one of the DS versions of it actually, just here.
I sold that as well. Yeah, so it's not worth much money. Darts.
They've got fucking rowing and weightlifting. There's 24 events on this.
Yeah,
more events on it.
It's like a modern.
It doesn't. It just says 24 events. You've got obviously 100 meters. You got weightlifting.
Yeah.
Swimming, which looks like backstroke, so they've probably got variants of that. And rowing, for some reason, they look like they're rowing in the swimming pool though.
Talking of Daily Thompson's decathlon, where's Mr. Bad?
Paul, hey, why did the same bloody buggers keep winning that £20?
No, Minx won it.
Minx again twice.
He's only won it once.
Oh, has he won it once? There's a couple of people won it twice. I'm thinking, bloody hell, I've entered this.
What's this?
I've entered it loads, but
Paul gives
I've never entered it.
£20 each month, or every month, isn't it? £20. I think it's great. What a great channel, though, Paul.
Yeah, it's rated. Yeah.
Totally rate Paul's channel. Excellent.
He's going to win the 20 quid next month now.
This is it.
Get the plugs in.
Come on now.
Teats Nestastic Dylan said he won it twice. Well, we have got Mr. Stream himself. Woodland's in the house.
No, Carl's not in here. No, you're lying.
It's been de-twitched. For the night.
He must have fucking been kicked off there or something. I'd say that banned him.
Fucking clocked him one. That's what it is.
I bet he's still playing FIFA 18.
Yeah, is it? I don't know what it is. Is it 19 now? I don't know.
19's just come out. Yeah.
Sadly, he's got a deal on 18. You can get the highest limited edition for £5 or £6 now.
What about for the Switch, Mike? Because I wouldn't mind it on the Switch 18.
I'm not sure. I know that's. I just got an email about it today.
Switch hold their value quite well still at the moment, don't they?
Doesn't it? Yeah.
How much are they new now, Switches? Because I got an ad today saying they're 259, but isn't that what they are anyway?
I don't know, Mike. I must be honest.
I think they're 279. They reckon it was 20 quid off.
I need a beer.
I paid second hand for mine, $2.50 from CES. Well, I didn't, because I used voucher.
How are you liking it, Dane?
It's mate. To be honest, I've not had much chance to put much time into it, but I do like it. But I've got to bought that PS Pro
for the change, mate, and give it a go.
some of us don't just fucking work part-time, Pete. We work a full-time and a part-time job. And fucking entertain these people in aspect.
Coin, brother. You know what I mean?
Fucking...
Working in the social environment.
Yeah, dealing oil with the Saudis. I know what you fucking do.
On the commission on all that oil.
I'm being very.
That's why you're hiding your face, really. That's why you're hiding your face, really. You don't want us to know that you're Branson's brother. Where's Stu gone for a beer? Or just put his hand in front of the... Well, we're lost without him, because he's got the fucking... Lewis, read the comments.
Not on it.
Oh,
come on, Lewis!
Mike, read the comments. Gareth, read the comments.
Gareth,
Gareth, have a go, mate.
Yeah, I've got an iPad. 1 second.
I had one of them on Monday and Tuesday, man. My infection's gone now, though.
There just seems to be a lot of banter in the comment section.
So it's pretty much like this in here, then. Is anyone calling anyone a cunt? That's all I want to know.
Somebody calling you one.
I doubt there's going to be anybody, but how many of you contributed to the Shenmue crowdfund?
Not me.
No.
Hell no. I never even played the first.
Did you then, Gareth?
All my money's in Bitcoin.
Did you, Gareth?
No.
Who asked that then? Who is that one person who funded it then?
Adam Cormack, whatever his name is.
You can get his autograph.
For a £5.
Blackpool, because he's going to be there. What a star.
Where has Stuart gone? He's only gone to get some fizzy piss Budweiser. IT technician having technical problems.
Here's a good question. What game did you play for years, think it would be a great game, but ended up being shite?
Oh, good question, yeah. You go, Gareth.
It's a difficult one, if I'm honest. I haven't really got an answer.
What do you mean? What do you mean you play?
So what game have you played for years, thinking it'd be a good game, but in the end it ended up being a bit shite? So let's say a game that was commercially, apparently critically acclaimed, but then you personally thought it was shit.
Oh, The Last of Us is my opinion.
No.
I didn't like it.
That's a sin.
No, man.
Really? What did you like?
If you strip away the story, it's a very, very average game.
No, I just think...
Yeah. Bithead's right. It's an interactive bloody movie. All of them games.
Yes.
It's Uncharted 2, no way.
Uncharted 2. Be funny. I have been asked for my fucking opinion. Right.
And you shall have it.
Right. First half an hour is the fucking game telling me how to play the fucking game. Here, you press this button now. You do this now. So it's fucking holding my hand like I've just picked up a computer for the fucking first time in my fucking life and don't know how to use it. Right? I want to go and explore. And then, really, it's really linear. And as Mike says, as Pete said, it's just an interactive movie. I spend more time fucking watching it than playing it. And that just ain't for me. There you go. I've probably upset everyone.
She's a lesbian. Is that correct? I don't know.
She is.
I don't know. I got fucking bored after an hour of play. I thought, fuck this shit. I'm going back to playing something else.
Serious, I have.
Lewis, is someone there with you?
Hi.
He's playing his porn in the background.
I'll tell you a game though, which was disappointing. Driver 3. I remember playing the first two, loving them, and then the third one was just rushed down.
Because it tried to be GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you'll find GTA was trying to be driver the other way round. GTA was
really?
first of all.
But they just nailed it better, is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
They perfected it.
See, I used to play a shooting game called SOCOM, and it was brilliant up until I think about SOCOM 4, and then they tried to copy COD, and the whole reason I played SOCOM is because I didn't like COD at the time, so what's the fucking point? Why try and copy someone else? Stick to what you do. Stick to what you do. And...
Resident Evil 6 copied, like, action games, but it should have just stayed horror game.
What is fucking Stu laughing at?
After 4, they were all trying to be 4.
Sorry,
obviously read, sir.
I'm reading the comments. Nicholas Brody's in the house. Hi, Nick. I'll just jump to this comment. I'll have to go back. Woodland said, bloody hell, Dana's Parkinson's is really bad. He's jerking around like mad.
Still better at fucking gaming than him.
They're
Playing on
talking
FIFA
about
18 in time.
apparently Xeno Crisis has got a Kickstarter. Don't know. Crowdfunder. Duke Nukem. Reboots are all shite. Yeah, Duke Nukem. They killed that, didn't they? They killed Duke Nukem. That's terrible.
That game was so bad. That was actually when I had the when I used to complete most of the games, because you used to be able to buy a bad one and then take it back a week later.
Yeah.
And that game I actually paid 40 quid for, because the guy in the shop said, "Oh, it's gonna be real good." And it was so crap.
Is that the one with the
I
bus?
actually lost like big money on that.
Duke Nukem Forever, is he?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh.
PS3, I think it was on.
Oh, it's fine.
I couldn't even get past the first bit. You just get there. You got to shoot this thing. I couldn't even get past that. I thought, this is wank. Eat shit and die. There was none of that old. The humour wasn't there.
For me, it was a part where I was trying to jump on this ladder, and it was because the controls were so bad. I would have been able to jump on the ladder, but the controls were so bad that you couldn't. You almost have to do it to get it to do it. Like, it was crap.
Right, they're talking about releases coming out. I'll say about the Xeno Crisis. It reminded me about that Papyrium.
Yeah.
Papyrium?
Oh, bloody hell.
One of Pete's bugbears. Yeah, have you cancelled your order, Pete? Or you?
I can't get in. The customer service is atrocious. That Magic Games, whatever the hell they're called, they do not know how to operate a business.
You know where they're good. You know the way they're magic, because they're good at making your money disappear.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, yeah. Magic. I hope it does come out, because the joystick looks brilliant, and so did the screenshots. Looks really cool. I mean, you shouldn't judge it on a screenshot, God knows, but I don't know. They're having a party, aren't they, in Paris? So there might be some movement there.
Yeah, they're spending your fucking money in Paris, mate. Is what they're doing. Cheers for backing us.
Apparently, if you want it with the joystick, you got to wait an extra year or something.
Don't say that to him, Mike.
But it puts you off. It puts you off supporting these Kickstarters and that. I mean, it's the only one I've ever done.
It's the only one I've done. The only one I've done as well.
Is that right, Stu?
Saw you there coming then, didn't they? Fucking hell, mugs.
Well, no, because I bought PS Solar on the second print run. I've still got it all sealed up. So I knew they were legit. I just think they've gone too big too quick in what they're trying to do. Now, some of the guys in the comments will correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure part of the hold up was to do with some chip they were using, and they ran into a problem with it. Now, apparently, some of the dev guy had told them about this problem like a year and a half before, and they ignored it. That's what I've read in one sort of forum somewhere. But pinch of salt. But I think they've got to release it, because, like I say, they're doing this big party. Well, next week, isn't it? And they're hoping the game will be out by then. So,
really?
So while you're partying in Blackpool, they're using your money to party in Paris. That's quite.
And they're not drinking. They're not drinking fizzy wine. They're on the proper champagne, like apparently.
Bulgarian weasel piss.
With can girls in the background that you're paying for and everything.
I just think you need to communicate with people, don't you?
Yeah.
And they just completely lack any kind of communication skills. And I think
not if you're dodgy as fuck. Bury your head in the sand and hope it all goes away.
Well, this is what I'm really holding my tongue.
Release the first thing, make that successful, so more people give you the money for the second thing.
Yeah, line them up for the proper thing.
There's a business plan for any of you out there.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
That's all right. It's not that far away. We could get a train and go visit their offices, couldn't we?
Hans Gruber's meant, and I remember playing this game, Shadow Warrior, which was the same. It's made by 3D Realms on the PC. It's very similar to Doom on that same engine. Anyone remember playing that?
Yeah, they've done two of those.
Yeah, he said there was a second one. He never played it though.
Yeah, I've got it on the PC. That's how old it is.
Yeah.
get the first one on PS4 for about a £5 second hand.
So not, yeah.
That's taking it more back to how Doom used to be.
Yes.
Rather than sort of hiding and getting your health back, you know, sort of you had one life and you could pick health up along your way.
I like the fixed camera in Doom. I think it all went to pot when you started moving around with bloody
Quake.
James Bond.
Quake was the first game I remember from the same guy. When Quake came out, it was amazing. I had to have a Voodoo FX card, or no, a Voodoo card or 3DFX card to play them.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, wicked that was, mate.
That was didn't you used to buy that game and that it used to come with that?
Come
card,
with it, yeah. There's a few little pack-ins, but yeah. I think we always forget, you know, when we look at the prices of games now and stuff like that, but back in the day, they were way more expensive.
Yeah, 60, 70 quid, man, for some stuff.
This was actually a question that Cinny put to me in the week, actually. Cinny Steve. And he was saying that a lot of people think there's a lot of money in retro gaming, but actually how many of the games...
Yeah.
How many of the games are actually worth more now than what they cost when they were released?
Yeah,
very good.
Not many at all.
We looked through the CEX list, the box list, and I think there's about 40 games out the whole lot.
Interesting, isn't it?
Which
See,
is
I
quite
remember
bad.
getting.
Yeah, but you're looking at it the wrong way, though, aren't you? Because you're looking at it as a cash value, and this is inherently what's always wrong with people who bash CEX. I'm not going on a sort of CEX crusade here, but they're doing it wrong because you're looking at cash value. Like you say, there's 40 games at cash value. You're getting a good deal.
No.
No, you're getting it wrong, Stu.
Yeah, we were looking at what CX sold them for now.
Yeah.
Compared to what they were new, compared to the price that they were.
Cost new. So, like back in the day when you bought a Mega Drive game, it was 40 quid. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many games now are worth more than 40 quid? 20 odd years later.
What with inflation?
Well, no, just how many are worth more than what they were originally cost.
Oh,
so
I
like
see.
there was only like 40 games at the whole bundle of like however many games there were, like a few hundred, that were worth £40 or above.
See, I remember getting for the SNES.
When you think there's 526 or something Mega Drive games in a European release.
Yeah, but there's more than 40 games that are worth more than 40 quid on CEX.
Well, not the ones they had in stock.
Well, that's different.
No, it's just an interesting. It was just an interesting way of looking at it.
Well,
He's just saying how many of them have had the arse fall out of them, which like there's obviously going to be loads. Like in the
platforms, it just happens now. Look, if you look at current gen stuff, I mean, within 6 months, it's worth next to fuck all. Gareth's fast
within a
asleep.
month or two, it's half price, isn't it? And then, like you say, 6 months is, you know.
Coma.
I just zoomed in then to see if he did.
He was. He's fucking drooling at the side of his mouth.
Hey, if Woodlin's still in the chat, I remember when he fucking fell asleep doing the comments in the Northern Tubers. That was brilliant. Fucking hell. One of the best things I've ever seen. Just there again. And he was meant to be reading the comments. Brilliant.
And I'm just thinking about maybe mentioning this because we were being a bit negative over the past couple of weeks, and it was Steve actually that mentioned why not discuss some YouTubers that we enjoy.
Yeah.
Maybe give some, you know.
What, you mean underrated or just generally ones that you think?
Maybe underrated or whatever you think, really, however you want to take it.
What, the top 20 YouTuber hidden gems?
Maybe if you just top 20 list, yeah. Topper list.
Well, see, some of the channels. I'll tell you, here's one for you. Here's one for you. It's not game related, and I only found this out about 2 or 3 days ago, and it's off a Facebook thread.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who opens up and eats army rations.
Oh, Crazy Russian Hacker.
Hey?
Nah, not Crazy Russian Hacker.
No, he's some Steve 1989 or something. He is, and I think they're called WMEs, and they're like fucking Soviet Union ration from 1981, and he opens it up and eats it. Fascinating.
Yeah, that is cool. I'll give that a look.
I'm glad I'm not the only person who
you
watches
get
weird
those
shit
face
on
packs.
YouTube.
You could get those face packs in the pound shop, couldn't you? And it was basically like astronaut ice cream and all that.
It's kind of like that thing, but these are it's all military. So he's an ex-military guy. I think
Yeah,
it's on
same sort of thing. Nick.
I think
imagine.
I think it was Lawn Boy's post, and I think Shocks was on about it, and someone had linked them, and Shocks had sort of said he sat through and back to back watched all these videos. I watched one or two, either last night or the night before, and I found it fascinating. But anyway, that's.
So, Pete, you brought up the question. Who do you like then?
To be honest, non-gaming then, there's a guy called Dangerfield who's just a talking head, and he talks about all different kinds of topics, but he's highly educated, and he's a bit of a comedian. I find him very engaging. So
does he wear a mask as well?
He doesn't wear the mask. He does wear the communist hat. Check him out. Great, brilliant. Like a right-wing Russell Brand, but with far more intelligence.
Right, I'll go for this. It's kind of gaming related, but not really. It's called My Mate Vince, and he fixes stuff all the while. And he does. He's done a few Switches. He's done some Xbox Ones. He's done some Mega Drive cards, bits of everything, and he's really fascinating because he doesn't pretend to be a professional, but the way he works out how stuff's broken, he's giving me tips how to fix things as well. So, yeah, My Mate Vince, that's a really good. He gets loads of subs. He's quite a big tuber. Well, bigger than me. Fuck me.
He's having a competition, isn't he, with a pro guy at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he fixed. What did he fix the other day? The old battleships. Is it the MB or fucking Hasbro? He fixed one of them, the original one from 1979 that wasn't working, and got it working again. He was brilliant.
Right, I've got some more people. Some Pete's back on a retro tip. LGG, let's go gaming.
Where's Lewis gone?
Lewis
Has anyone noticed?
He's fell asleep with Gareth, curled up on the bed.
Having a cuddle, bit of a spoon.
My camera's not working. I don't know what's going on.
You look brilliant.
Thank you.
No problem.
What else have we got in the chat? Cinny Steve says, give Bearded Manchild a shout out. Definitely, yes.
Yes.
10.
Yeah.
Dun.
Yeah, My Mate Vince, I saw him linked to Gadget UK because I think he fixed a cart for him or flashed a cart for him.
No, he showed him how to fix it, but I was watching him before, and then they've recently, because he was fixing something, didn't know how to fix it, and Gadget UK got in touch with him to tell him how to fix it, if that makes sense. But he does... Yeah. He does some, a weird bypass on the Mega Drive cart that he couldn't get working because one of the
pins was fucked.
Yeah, and he does, a hard wire with actual bit of wire to bypass it and that. Really interesting.
You struggle to do a hard wire without a bit of wire, wouldn't you? But never mind.
Fuck off, knobhead.
So what else have you got then, Pete? Who's some of your go-to channels? Gareth, who's one of your go-to channels? Doesn't have to be game related,
It's controversial, but I like.
Oh no! Stop there.
Well, send it in a text first. Send it in a text to see if we're allowed to discuss. Just write it down in a foreign language that none of us can read.
That's just as bad, Dave. Go on, Gareth.
CJR from Canada.
CJR, the Canadian guy.
Yeah, I really enjoy his content.
Yeah, no, he's a nice guy.
What's so good about him, Gareth?
Yeah, what's the content about?
I don't think he's an arrogant man. I think he's quite down to earth. I like the mixture of content. He keeps his content very varied. I like his sort of... he sort of does we have car boots. They have sort of garage sales over there. I quite like them. I think they're quite fun to watch. And he gets other people involved. I just think he's a cool guy. And he's also into craft beer as well.
Yeah, he's built his... CJ was talked about in the last game, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you, there was a guy I used to watch, and roughly about when I started, he doesn't make videos anymore, so it's an absolute fucking crying shame. And when Pete started, he reminded me very much of him. And I can't think what it is. It was Mike Gartner. Absolutely, fuck. If Mike Gartner's still live on YouTube, his old channels, he was the first one to do the specs, go to garage sales and stuff.
Wasn't that Bitheads, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Bithead used to go and each other turf, didn't they?
Exactly, yeah. Bithead used to leave little cards and some of the games he didn't want saying, like, you've just been fucked by Bithead or something.
Bithead gave it to me dry.
That's it, yeah. Absolutely. Mike Gartner was a legend. And the other one that we talked about was Ryan Right Now.
Yeah, I remember that.
When I first started watching YouTube, Ryan Right Now was the man, and he used to follow Bithead and Gartner. It was all the same little sort of cluster of people, you know, all similar times at starting. Ryan went down. I think he had problems like drugs and whatnot, but yeah. Yeah, Stackmaster, that's it. That's it, Pete. Mike Gartner, absolutely brilliant.
Check him out, definitely.
Mike, what do you watch when you get up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
I'm just trying to.
Flat Earth, isn't it now, Mike?
I'm just having a look through, see what it is, see what videos. I'm trying to recommend like Leicester channel. I mean, I got me mate in Canada. He's Groovy Movies, pretty cool kiddie. A bigger channel's Alpaca Theosaurus.
Okay.
You ever seen him?
No.
He sort of does the breakdowns of all the like UFC and psychology and body language and that. So he basically he'll show a scene of like McGregor saying something, and then he'll break it down with his gestures and say, you know, what his tells and all that. I mean, it was quite interesting. I watch all sorts. I'm constantly on the bloody thing, innit? Consoletronics is a good one to watch, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, Greg's a nice guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's a top guy.
Video Holocaust, brilliant.
What's the other channel, Pete? Sorry?
There's Video Holocaust, and that's Asian and manga, well, anime. And then he's got another one, which is like conspiracy theories. He's only done a few Illuminati. That's quite good as well.
There's a few in the chat. Dylan says, I watch True Stream Media. Crazy out there conspiracies. That sounds interesting. I like a good conspiracy.
I like that sort of shit, to be fair.
Pete says
unsolved mysteries. I love stuff to do with unsolved crimes and unsolved mysteries and stuff.
Yeah, Pete says every frame a painting and now you see it. Amazing channels. I did see another one somewhere here. No, they're just talking about the same ones. Adrian Black. There you go. Cine Steve, Adrian Black. I only watched one video and it's amazing.
But we need more than one view of a video.
Darren McCallum's on the stream.
Hello. Watching Stu read the comments is like watching old people have sex.
Suicide, but I loved his channel. Wasn't that Jew or something like that? Was it the American guy?
Wario.
Yeah.
Wario. He committed suicide, didn't he?
Yeah. That's what he did with all his games.
Well, apparently,
Metal Jesus had her.
It's a bit of a dark story though about him, because I think he used to go sort of abuse his fans and stuff. Allegedly. So it could have been a guilt thing. I don't know. It's sad though, isn't it? You know.
Yes. Yeah. Steve say the Dog Whisperer. That's one of his dodgy channels that he watches. I don't know. What else have we got? Lewis is definitely dead. Lewis has had it.
He's hearing.
Thank you for your contributions tonight, Lewis.
Yeah, it's nice knowing you.
He's
still here. No, still here.
Oh, come on,
what
Lewis.
do you watch, Lewis, other than CX TV?
Pretty much everything. Last game on.
Okay, Stuff that you're allowed to talk to in this chat, then.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Gamer, CJR, I think you mentioned them already. Trying to think. Metal Jesus, I know you'll hate him. So.
No, joking.
Pretty much anything gaming related. I just play a game and have that on the background. So.
Do you ever watch Tootie?
No, don't watch that shit.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I watched his videos to come out. To be fair.
Do you like to see what you missed at the booter or vice versa?
Yeah, that's
sometimes,
yeah. It's nice to see what other people get actually at the same booter.
Yeah, I do that with one of the lads lately to me, and I think you bastard. That's all I think.
Yeah, I just,
who wins? Who wins? Like you and Tootie most weeks then?
Oh, Lewis.
Fire.
He's got more. He's got Randa going round. And he's going to have his son soon as well. He'll be sending him out touting. Oh, it's from a little boy. Look.
That's a great move. I used to do that with the little.
He loves these old Super Nintendo games. Oh, he can't for £1 then, son. Go on, here you go.
Lewis, do you notice that they sell stuff to your missus cheaper than you as well? So I've noticed that. Bastards.
He's been sending Mandy out in a boob tube and fucking short miniskirt and high heels around the booter.
Yeah, no one like that.
Hello, Amanda.
Hello, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I actually used to push there as a battering ram, push people out the way.
You don't. You like a ninja sneaking in, getting games out of some bloke's pile that he's about to buy.
That guy was a cunt.
Oh, now it comes out.
Who's back?
It's me. I fell. Well, I didn't fall. My camera fell. Laughing because I knew that was his game. That was Lewis. You should feel bad.
I need a big game.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever met the Lurch, Lewis?
Yeah.
He's a cunt as well.
God, Lewis is getting all violent.
I wouldn't want to say that to him though.
What about the witch? She still goes to the booter stew.
Yeah, the hag. Fag hag.
That's going back a bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Me and Liam are like that. We name all the people who are our rivals.
I don't mind rivals. Like me and Lewis have said this before. I don't mind if he gets something because he's got it. But it's when it's other people you don't really know, and I don't know why. Just yeah. You know what it's like, Dana.
Yeah, we've got like Stinky and Swampy and stuff like that. Literally, there's this one couple who go to the booters Monday to Friday. It's their job, and they wear the same clothes every day. And I shit you not. Like, if I have a week off work and go, they will be wearing the same clothes, man. You've got to imagine the pong that's coming from them.
I watched the
day
video.
after day.
I can't remember what it was. It wasn't to do with gaming, but it's to do with like car booting and stuff like that. And someone said, no, I don't think it's the person doing the video or someone in the comments, and they said they don't wash on purpose from midweek until Sunday, so they stink, so no one comes near them.
That was Bithead. He said he used to do push-ups and all that, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't Bithead. It was someone in England. It's car boots. It wasn't garage sales. It was car boots.
Sneaky bastards.
They made them sound stinky BO bad on purpose. So when they're over like a box of stuff or whatever, no one will come near them.
It's fucking brilliant.
Honestly.
I love it. What's the longest time? Have you ever had that experiment? You know, in your adult life, you know, not having a wash or a bath for a week just to see how bad you smell.
A week? Fucking week. That's nothing.
No.
Have you never done it? You should. I stopped wearing deodorant. And now
I work in a physical job where I get covered in plaster dust and shit every day. Imagine if I didn't wash for one day. I'd look right fucking coming from the man hiding behind the fucking mask. Bet you one of them fucking idiot. Here he is, old school variety face, stinking, and put them armpits down. I can fucking smell them from here.
Oh, fucking this! I do it on purpose for the missus. I love smelling.
Fucking hell.
Absolutely. It smells like a bloody public toilet under here.
Stale piss. Right, there's a little bit of a thread going on in the chat. They're talking about burning games, as in CD games.
Ooh.
What do you think about that? So
everyone used to do it back in the day, didn't they?
No, they're talking about some of the pricier ones. So some of the systems like the Mega CD and stuff don't really have copy protection. So like Keo Flying Squadron, some of your Saturn stuff. If you get the the Action Replay modded one, pseudo Saturn cart. I can see it's a bit like emulation, isn't it?
If you can't afford it, then some games are just physically people can't afford to pay that much money for a game.
It's no different than using a SD card, is it? Really, in a cartridge thing, really. Apart it takes probably more effort.
Plus, I'm glad someone's still got a use for CDs these days, because it's old hat now, isn't it?
I had to burn someone a couple of CDs for the Dreamcast boot disc. Craig tried not touching myself for a week, failed after an hour. Well, you did well after an hour, mate.
Is that bearded man-child?
Yeah. Don't you reckon blokes think about sex every 6 minutes or something?
When he does, when he does the tubes at 10, when he walks off, is he in his underwear is what I want to know.
I thought he was going to be naked, like typical newsreader, yeah.
Yeah, I just wonder because the camera's not quite low enough to get that joke if it is. I just imagine it, because I just want to imagine Craig in his underwear.
Yeah.
Why not? It's better than, you or Pete, really.
You don't know, do you?
I could hazard a guess.
Ask your mum, Dana.
Silly Steve says he loves smelling.
Other people.
Chris says cheesy knobs. Oh, Glyn Matthews is in the stream. Hello, Glyn.
You can have that.
He's about to leave.
He's about to go, yeah. Oh, here we go. Steve, Addy Sneaker Freak says there's a channel called Car Cleaning Guru. About a guy cleaning cars in detail.
Great. If he wants to come into mine and shoot a video, he's welcome.
Is that like that? What's that stuff? What's that thing that your missus watches, Gareth? Not the other stuff, but the ASMR, is it? Whatever you call it.
Oh, I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, she's watched it for like 2 years to get to sleep on a night. There's the Headspace that she's just subscribed to as well.
I could do a bit of Headspace.
ASMR, is that like therapeutic sounding videos, like people's voices and stuff like that?
Like pitter patter and like raindrops hitting a car and shit
it's
like
not
that.
just that. Sometimes people can just do general videos, but because of the tone of their voice, people class them. Because I used to watch
Not fucking Brummies.
Fuck off. Where are you even from?
What's the old boy called Kenny? Kenny, he's got an amazing science fiction book collection, loads of games. Kenny something, and he always puts ASMR.
Everett.
Kenny.
Dalglish.
The old boy, the collector. Kenny.
From South Park.
Yeah, all you bastards you kill Kenny.
Kenny.
Have you not watched him? I fucking found him on. He's in your subs list, too, he?
Is he?
Oh, Stu does sub for sub anyway. Not just on YouTube. He does it on a weekend apparently. Exposed.
Oh, hang on, here you go. Bit controversy.
Controversy.
Dylan
in the
says,
conversation.
Aren't YouTube pulling down ASMR channels?
I don't know.
I got Scooby-Doo.
Gareth, you're the expert in this?
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Apparently there's a lot of money in it. I keep telling Lucy to make videos.
Yeah, I'll play it. And them ASMR ones as well.
Why would you even say that with us lying in the room?
It's just like...
Just why?
Open warfare.
You keep throwing them up, we'll keep batting them back.
That's it.
What's Mike doing? Mike, you alright? You fell?
No, I'm refilling the fridge with beer.
What you got in the fridge, mate?
The discounted chicken.
Oh,
That's
Pete's got
Pete's
discounted steak. That's why Pete's got the shits.
Got ladies up.
It's stretched out too far.
It might be actually, to be fair.
Mike, you know Bristol, is that like when you go on holiday to Spain? Is that why you've got all that bottled water? Is the water dodgy down there?
The water's all right. I'm just sort of rough posh fucker.
Rough posh fucker. Them 2 last cans you put in there are going to fall out when you open the door. You know that.
There's a skill to do what I do. There's a skill.
Have you got it?
Yeah, I have. You don't spill beer in this house. Not if we can help it.
Only down your shirt.
Yeah. Right, it's gonna be quiet.
What else have we got? Dylan says a 316 PS3 killed burning games. I'm guessing like doesn't mean cracked. I think they were quite late to the scene being hacked, weren't they? And cracked the 360 PS3.
Well, 360 wasn't, was it? It pretty well cracked on the first edition.
No, but you couldn't go online though.
I think
when you with a crack system or something. I don't know.
I don't know too much about it. I don't think you can, there is a certain one that you can go online with, but
I was just always legit with my stuff.
I have been. I mean, I didn't even have chip discs on the PS1, to be honest.
I had them.
I had PS1, and I did the Dream. I had I give all my Dreamcast copies to Rich Turner. I had like literally fucking 2 massive laundry bags full of them.
Yeah, I copied PS1 and obviously like fucking the old 8-bit computers because who didn't like, but other stuff now.
Yeah, the old 8-bit you should do the old compilations on, didn't you? And all that compilation tapes.
Just fucking copy it, didn't you? Straight fucking onto a blank cassette.
If you had a 90-minute tape, you used to put like 3 or 4 games on each side, didn't you?
Yeah. You're right, Peter.
I'm sweating like a fucking pig. I really am.
It's probably because you've got a ski mask on, isn't it?
That's a fucking cheap fucking co-op chicken, mate.
2-day-old, out-of-date co-op chicken.
Not even from the freezer.
Still cooking.
I put a lot of fresh chilies in there, which really loosens your excrement, doesn't it?
I thought we were only going on till 10 anyway.
I think we're running out of rope here, aren't we?
Some of us are a bit ropey.
I think let's round it back up again, bring it back round to Blackpool. So
I'm just loosening up now.
Yeah, but most of us have been up nearly 12 hours, Mike.
It's touch and go whether I was going to make the stream, I tell you.
Would you want to carry on? I mean, I don't know.
I've been up 16 hours now, I think.
Well, I've been up since 7, so, yeah.
I think 4:30 for me.
This afternoon.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but the worst thing is, you'll upload your next video at 4:30 in the morning.
I was going to make a video before this, but I don't think I had the bandwidth to upload a video and stream at the same time.
I'll watch it in the morning when I get up there.
Yeah, but upload's different to download.
Oh, is it? I don't know. I just didn't want to risk it.
We do not understand. We're not IT experts like yourself.
Well, if we're all going to come off this, we up for meeting up after.
Yeah, I mean, I think, as I say, unless there's anyone else wants to raise anything, chat about in the comments.
So, so roll call for Blackpool then. Who's going? I'm going. Stu's going.
Yeah, let's see in the comments. See if anyone's left here. Anyway, is anyone still watching? Are you out there, mother?
If so, why? Why are you still here? Why are we here?
There's nothing better to do.
It's been a much more pleasant affair, hasn't it? I don't feel like and I think it's all down to not drinking too much, and we don't have to slag folk off. That's good.
That's you, Pete, basically.
Yeah, Pete, you're a cunt.
I enjoy it, but you all put your fucking boots in as well.
I was up for setting the top hat on fire in the car park, but
now.
What?
I was going to tell if I had a top hat, I'd have took it to the car park and set it on fire.
Why is that your least favourite Monopoly piece? Police?
Yeah, I hate that top out on the Monopoly.
I love classic games room. Miss him. Those Truxton gags got old. God, not half. Truxton.
What
Classic
about
game room.
none of you lot subscribe to No Tea, No Crumpets, Just Games, do you? That's quite a good channel.
I'm sub to it, but I've never watched. I have watched it years ago.
He's got a really nice Neo Geo collection.
No, I watch No Tea, No Pikelets, No Games.
Has anyone already watched the Silver Retro Collector?
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
Tony! Maximum respect.
Instant favourite.
Instant favourite.
He's doing drones now, though, isn't he, Tony? He's doing drone videos. I've not seen any.
Who's going to Blackpool?
Tony, I don't know.
That fucking used to go on about the helicopter channels. Evo.
Evo Halo.
Evo fucking Halo. Oh my god.
Mm.
He was an interesting channel, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know why he stopped making videos, actually.
I really thought amusing, it must have been.
Giles.
I don't know, yeah, there you go.
He used to go and rob stuff out the tip and get chased by the tip owners. He used to have his missus in the car, and he'd run out.
The engine running.
And then he'd go into one of the containers, and then when someone went to challenge him, he'd say he was just putting something back, but then he changed his mind, and he'd bring out like a CRT or something. It's a clever little technique, actually.
Brilliant.
What about Rich King Retro? Is he going to Blackpool?
No.
That's a shame.
What's happened to Rich, man?
Where's Rich
moving house. It's moving flat, isn't he?
Is he definitely moving now? Because he was moving, then he wasn't moving.
Well, he's packed everything up, hasn't he?
Has he bought the place now then?
Well, I don't know. Last I heard, he was decorating, so he boxed everything up and he had to fill all the holes in the wall up where all his bowing shelves were.
He needed a plasterer.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going to get a fucking decent plasterer nowadays.
No, I'd gone down there for commission.
It's last time I seen him, he was putting it all in containers, wasn't he? That was that's what I spoke to him in Bristol. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird without Rich's channel on, isn't it? Really, he's another channel I used to enjoy watching.
Yeah, it was one of the first.
He made a bit of a mistake before he decided to move, and his videos were getting a bit thin on the ground. I sort of said to him, I said, "Oh, because I was chatting to Rich every now and then," and he said, "He goes, I can't find anything to do. I can't find anything to car boots." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because everyone's doing it." I said, "Well, that's your own fault for making the videos and telling them where you're fucking going."
Yeah.
He watched his own back. He's his own worst enemy.
Yeah, Pete tells me off for that, for keep telling people my secrets.
Yeah,
you know what? To be fair though, mate, it's like the extreme booters.
Mm.
You know, they were going booting in the fairly local area, and it's quite obvious where they were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they were like, "Yeah, I bought this."
I said the same to Lewis. I said, "Look, not being horrible or being a bit of a dick, but with them videos, just don't show anything that's going to give the game away, because otherwise we'll have every fucking man and his dog, which is bad enough as it is. But you don't fucking increase the competition, do you?"
No, hell no. Fucking not.
I think competition's fair game.
Fuck off.
It increases. It encourages you to be better.
Why are you going to say no? Why are you going to say no?
I mean, the reality is, I love watching them. I love watching it because it gives you inspiration and what to look out for. But that was it really. That's the only reason for me watching something like the Extreme Booter, which was fucking amazing, by the way. Because
where do you go, Stu? Because you're not going to be there next weekend, so I might as well go.
I'll go to the car booth.
Inbox me. Yeah.
It's shut anyway now. It's shut.
Oh, is it that one? The indoor one. It's back open in November, though.
No, that's not that one, but that's one of them. That's ruthless. That
Torchlight, don't you, Stu?
That's ruthless. That indoor one, though. Lewis will tell you.
I'll fight him all. He won't. He's not here.
I am.
Is he gone? He is. He's still here.
Oh, he is.
It's not my camera.
He's having a wank.
The indoor one is like
a danger wank. The camera could kick in at any time.
If his voice starts going high and Amanda's not talking, then you know what's going on.
Hey, no, child's in bed as well, you know, thanks.
Stu, you just keep digging that hole, mate. Keep on digging.
You know me.
Listen to you lot chat away.
Do you ever see that Gavin, Lewis and Tootie?
He's at a different one.
Yeah, I know the one.
I see him kicking around at a couple of local ones here, so he gets about a bit.
Oh yeah.
I think he's great.
I bought some stuff off him. He's all right.
Yeah, he seems sound, to be fair. Yeah, he's all right. I have a chat with him every now and again.
Yeah, but I know Gav. So the thing is what I alluded to before. If he's got something, I'd be more pissed off. Whereas if Lewis got it, I wouldn't be pissed off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He's a full-on trader, isn't he? You know,
it's his job. It's his job.
His job is bloody hell.
Here's one for you, old school. Then, do you watch Ralph's Kitchen?
Oh, it was me that introduced it to you, brother. You sure? I'm 100% sure.
You're a loving bastard.
Pete's gone yard. Pete's gone yard.
And Groovy Dreads next week.
Don't know the crew. Of course, man. Raz Kitchen's brilliant. Love it.
It's wicked, isn't it?
It is very, very good. Yeah, I'm glad that you approve, Michael.
And decided to recommend it all to us. Pete, why did you never tell us all?
Yeah.
Well, because you're all bloody racist, so you're not going to want to watch it, are you? About
Right, going to the comments. Simmy Steve says, "Wait for Pete to get his guitar out." That's after hours. That is, Steve.
No.
Is that what you call it? I know. What's his name? Oh, fucking the actor. He used to call his
Craig Charles.
He used to call his old man the Hammer. Did you call yours the guitar then, Pete?
Do you know what? Sorry, my friend.
He only plucks it solo.
Does he?
Oh, with the fucking bass. There's a yeah. I'm a bit out of practice, really.
Oh shit.
What have we got here? It was Darren Garrett's a choice between. To talk about Blackpool, he has a choice between Blackpool and Paris. Told the wife he can't get aniseed rock in Paris. Chris Tucci, you didn't want to see the chat. No, I've just got it up against the stream.
What about this guy then, Stu? Whatever happened to Retro Ranger?
Oh, yeah.
Scottish fella.
Ian McGrath.
The Scottish guy, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Wasn't he up in the loft? I think he sold most of his stuff off. I see him selling it all on the Facebook pages.
Oh.
Right. So he used to do his CX, what he used to get from CX, didn't he? And he used to sometimes compare what you got and what he got, sort of thing.
Chris is asking to be added to the chat. No, don't do that, Chris. Sorry, mate. Pete's asking when's the next revival, Dylan. So there's a
revival
to Warmer Pete. I've got it written down here. 24th, 25th of November.
You can buy my stuff while you're there. Buy my stuff. Very cheap. Good deals all round.
Yeah, so Craig said it's the winter revival, yeah. What else have we got in here? Chris is talking about American Pickers in terms of a TV channel. I like watching American Pickers.
Yeah, man.
I like that.
The bird off it, would ya?
Oh, yeah, the tattooed one in the shop. Yeah.
She's got a written channel, hasn't she?
Mm-mm.
She does
you probably subbed.
She does burlesque dancing, doesn't she?
Does she? I don't know.
I'm not surprised.
Do you stalk every celebrity, Mike?
Yeah, he stalks everybody. Steve saying do a roll call for Blackpool. We tried that a minute ago, Steve, and no one responded. I said there's still 32 people watching. Jesus Christ, they are bored.
Have we got 32 people?
Yeah, I don't know. Has
you all
anybody
fell
else
asleep with your phones on?
except for Gareth? Come on, Gareth, you've been quiet all night. Inspire us with words of wisdom.
Get your snowball.
Get your snowball out for the lads. Look at the size of the balls on the boy.
Bigger than my balls, I'll tell you that.
If your balls are that big, you need to get to the doctors.
If your balls are that big, speak to Mike. He's got a few channels you can watch that might help to reduce the swelling.
Where's Lewis anyway?
He's in spirit, in voice.
Spirit. Okay.
I'm here.
He's the voice from upstairs.
It's a trap
Feed
door.
me.
Trap door, feed me.
So where's your words of wisdom, Gareth?
Yeah.
Lost.
Well, there you go then, because you haven't been to Black. Let's bring it back around to Blackpool for a bit. What's your expectations, or what you're looking forward to, or not looking forward to, or?
I think it'll be nice to see people in person. I think obviously it'll be a great social gathering and a bit of a piss up. But for me, I'm looking forward to the event as well. I think they mentioned something like 130 arcade cabs, so I'm quite excited to play the arcades for most of the day, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not really interested in the actual talks, but I think they've got a lot of niche consoles as well. There's a lot of consoles that were released in Japan that we've never had over here, and I think that'd be really cool to play.
Yeah.
So
No,
it's a mixture of things, really. I think it's a bit of a mixed bag, but I think overall it'll be a lot of fun.
Jay's
Did
back.
you say Shocks isn't going?
Sorry,
Yes.
sorry, Mike.
Did you say Shocks isn't going?
No, I don't think he's going this year.
Oh. There's a few fallen soldiers on this one, isn't there?
But oh yeah, there you go. As Cindy Steve said, Mr. Badge is going now, so we've lost a few, but we've gained a few.
Yeah.
And you've got Scott,
yeah.
so you've got Glory Hunter, who's obviously twinning up with Gav. If you haven't watched Scott, go and watch Scott's channel.
Yeah.
Glory Hunter, it's got numbers in his name. I don't like people put numbers in their name. Glory Hunter 82 or something. Scott's a great lad. Someone say something? No?
Oh, I thought we lost sound then. So
No? So Scott's a great lad. I say like
yeah, I was sub Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've got Mr. Badge who's going, so it'd be nice to see. You know, he's coming
It'd be
away.
nice to meet Paul in person, won't it? It'd be nice. Like you said, I like Paul. He's even offered to give me a lift as well. He's a real nice guy.
Well, he's coming up with Chris Novabug.
Okay.
They've got a track then in Novabugs from down
That's
Cornwall,
what
isn't it?
Mr. Badge is.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
bad.
Yeah. What about you, Lewis? Is he still there?
Yeah. I'm here.
Don't ask us what we're talking about. Blackpool. What are you looking forward to? What are you not looking forward to? What are your hopes and aspirations?
CX pickups.
Yeah.
Not getting
I don't
caught up.
To be honest, because I've not been to one before, so I don't know. I'm sure the arcade cabinets sound cool, I suppose. Drinking, you know, and meeting everyone.
Yeah.
That, you know, that's the main reason I'm probably
Are
going.
you taking any trades, Lewis? Are you taking anything to sell?
With other people, not CX.
But I am going to the Bristol gaming market. I got stall, so you know, sneaky plug there.
And me, mate.
So yeah, that'd be cool.
Hmm.
What about the other Craig, Quintendo? Is he going? Super Quintendo?
I'm not sure. I asked Quinny that if he was going to. He left a comment on my channel. I said to him, "Oh, you come in Blackpool." And he hasn't replied back. So I know he's not long moved out. So I say not long, but long enough.
Like 6 months now, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's been doing it for fucking ages, hasn't he? So
Black fuck up going too.
Tim, I don't know. Tim and Chris usually goes as a dynamic duo, so I don't know. But they'll just tend to rock up if they're coming anyway. Yeah, I think they come. They came to Revival, didn't they? But I think Tim only lasted an hour or something. I think he had to go for his kid.
Yeah,
So,
Tim was definitely at Revival because I was sitting. I was talking to him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Chris was out. I spoke to Chris quite a bit, but yeah. Minx has said he's not looking forward to the drive home on the Sunday. Lewis, are you going back on the Sunday as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I might fight. Is there any car boots in Blackpool?
I don't know, mate. You'll have to probably yes.
So,
You'll have a bit of competition, I'd have thought there.
Yeah.
They got like Gumtree up there and all that. We've done that when we've been out there before. You're only seeing what's on Gumtree up there as well.
Don't bother if you go to Skegness because everything's like 40 miles away.
Yeah.
If ever you try and find anything when you're up there.
What's he saying? Oh yeah, so Craig's coming. He's coming on Saturday. Bearded Man Child.
Mate, Retro Godfather, Stu?
No, Dow's not coming. No.
No?
No.
It's a shame, man.
I think some people might just turn up. Like I say, on the whim. It might just be on a Saturday. It can't, even though it's not the biggest event, it can be that sort of missing people. Especially tend to see that more at Manchester, where you sort of ships in the night and you just completely miss people.
Yeah.
Do you all go to the talks then as well in there, or?
Oh, some good talks this year though.
Oh yeah. Fantastic.
Not for me.
I'm really looking forward to them.
The only one I went to, Dana, I'll be honest, was at Revival early in the year.
Dave Perry.
Dave Perry, yeah. That I sat there with Russ and Lee and stuff, and that was all right. But it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. They were videoing it kind of like in isolation.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a talk. It was
show,
like,
weren't they? It was
it was quite strange because you had to sort of do that fake clapping and stuff, and I was like, "What's this?" Like, this has been recorded in front of a live studio audience, but you couldn't really see what was going on. It was a bit odd.
It's much better.
See, I don't ever get to see the talks, obviously, at Revival because I'm stuck behind my stall,
I think if you've got an interest in what's being discussed, then they're probably worth a watch. But there's not been a great deal that's ever really. I thought, I'll have a watch of that.
I will say with Revival's talks, they do seem to be like with relevance. Like obviously they did the Spectrum Next talk and stuff like, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or I know they've had previous people who worked on the original Spectrum, that stuff not that you see every day, like not like a panel, if you know what I mean. They're more of like
not the same people at every event, at every single show.
Like beer run.
A bit of variety.
I don't know. Yeah, like obviously they had John Romero at Revival, didn't they, this year as well?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mixture of everything.
Like you say, Baggers is always there, isn't he?
Yeah. He's Bagley's at most events I go to be fair, Jim. He's all right, man.
He's even at the plays as well, though, isn't he?
Yeah. He just generally puts himself about, doesn't he?
There was one year, Rich King and his mate. Do you remember Good Key? He only did a couple of videos.
Yeah, I used to go to Good Key, but he hadn't done a video for over a year.
They went and the guy who came up with the Sonic design, and I thought that was quite interesting. They had like an art class or whatever. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, anything like that, I'd be interested in maybe partaking. What do you think, Gareth? What do you want to go? What about who do you want to see talking?
Well, I think it's interesting when you have like game developers and people that have worked in the industry and they've got a lot to talk about. For me, I find it really, just boring when you find just kind of common YouTubers. I just don't find it interesting at all. So it's interesting.
You like Revival then?
Being in the industry rather than somebody who's apparently got something to say about gaming.
Did you go to the talks at Revival then, Gareth? Because they were all mainly developers, past, present.
To be fair, I did catch around 20 minutes, but most of the time I was just playing on all the consoles and arcades. Apparently Pete caught it, but I think he was pissed up for most of the time.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, he was wasted apparently. I didn't meet Pete. That was the plan originally.
It's because we were fucked, weren't we, Mike? Bloody hell.
I was going to say, the only talks I got involved with was the person serving behind the bar.
But I mean, I did go the one year and didn't have any beer, and that was good when I met Tootie and Time Snake and that. And sometimes I don't know. It's this is why something like on a Friday night you have the beer then, and then maybe the trouble is because I'm so old now, I feel like shit for a day. I'm fucked. I'm gone.
We weren't as on form on the Sunday, were we?
Oh God, it was hard work, Mike. I got bumped on the way home. Bloody hell! Oh, my fucking neck. You know what I mean? On Whiplash.
It was Summer 24, wasn't it?
Is that how you paid for your retirement, Pete?
Say again, my friend.
Is that how you paid for your retirement?
It's only semi.
What the
I
Whiplash?
still do work, you know.
Pete, people new to the stream will wonder why you're smoking a highlighter pen.
Because I've given up smoking and.
Apparently, it's someone filming a 3-wheeler or something that went into back you, wasn't it?
Yes, no, it was a Hungarian driver. Yes. Oh fuck! What have I? He stank of weed as well. This dude.
Sounds like my kind of guy.
You know, oh my neck! Fuck it! Are you alright, man? No, my neck.
Stu, we got anything in the comments?
Let's have a look.
We talking about
Scott's
Pete's
in.
playing for claim.
182 Scott's in. Late night reviews. Is that Bill Thorpe? Is it Bill?
Yes.
So I'm going backwards a little bit here.
Nothing new.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Yeah.
speak for you. Craig's here again's not come in yet, so we know that. Craig's mentioned that one. What else
I've gone
we
through
got?
my sub now and I've unsubbed someone.
Say that again, Mike.
Oh, so Pete's got a nice little sort of side topic here. I'm guessing anyway, sort of memorable moments of previous retro events. And Pete's alluded to this one here, where Big Rob Tripotrino 7 or Champion 2D Rob now walked in on Rich King Retro and he's having a shit because he didn't lock the door.
Toilet gate.
Toilet gate.
What the
Absolutely, probably the best moment ever.
I don't know. The Tootie sausage one was pretty good.
Yeah, but that was all staged. That one was just pure fucking class, man. I said to Rob's a big guy, man. He's like 6'5", 6'7" or something like that. When I said, "Was it bigger than yours, Rob?" It was like a big black mamba. That's classic.
He just
The way-
toilet.
Yeah, because Rich, I think I think Rich was in the disabled toilet because that's where you go when you want a number 2 because it's all obviously cleaner, isn't it? And he forgot to lock the door because he's obviously had a few jars, so he sat there, finished shit, and then fucking Rob walks through, fills the door frame, and Rich panics, goes to stand up, covering obviously his modesty, and tries to shut the door on Rob. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
It's on Rich's channel, isn't it? It's Toilet Gate, isn't it? It's Toilet Gate. He covers it so well. The way he tells it is brilliant.
Steve says he'll be there with Bez from Happy Mondays getting trolleyed. No, if that happens, mate, that'll be absolutely amazing. It's jumped again. Hang on. Oh God. Yeah, Darren McGowan said, "Let's hope that Tootie doesn't call Baggers Jeff this time."
Jeff Minter.
Fucking, that was stupid. That was a complete brain fart. That was. The chat keeps jumping about because everyone's keep leaving comments. What else we got? Come on. Jay saying Friday's the best. Bud been there for a few years. Friday's where it's at. Does anyone go to Blackpool for the whole weekend? Well, I tend to leave.
I'm going
Sunday afternoon.
Leaving on a Sunday.
Yeah. I think that's really about where we got to on that. What I probably will say though, in terms of the Sunday, if you're that way inclined, you'll probably get a better deal. If you leave it to the death knell on the Sunday afternoon from some of the traders.
Yeah.
Unless Mike's bought everything anyway.
That's what I always say. Do you really want to carry that back to the car, or do you want to sell it to me for cheap?
Yeah.
I'm sure Dane's has heard that one before.
Is anybody on the lookout for anything in particular, per se?
Oh, we're not going to tell you, are you? Because you'll buy it first.
Well, I already have it.
I remember the year of Musha.
Musha Gate, that was another one. I think Daz has gone now.
You were getting off an interest on that one, weren't you?
All right, Daz isn't on the screen.
I'd never heard of Musha until that point. I went out and got it after that.
I've seen that guy a few times now. I always forget what his shop's called. It's something Ninja or something, or Game Ninja or something like that. And I bought a few games off him.
The guy who sells with his dad?
No, that's Jason. Dana knows him.
Oh, mate.
Yeah,
Get gaming. Get gaming.
Jeff and Jason.
Is it? I thought it was the guy who had all the Capcom fighters on PS1. And he wanted like 700 quid from or something, and we had a load
in the cabinet. Yeah, he wasn't there with his dad.
But he wouldn't split them, would he, and all that?
No, he'd split a stall with another guy who was there with his dad.
Right.
So it's like 3 people, but two stalls.
Right.
So yeah, you're not far wrong. But yeah, you're right. He had a big stack of them, didn't he?
About 7 of them, wasn't it? Or maybe 5 or 7, wasn't it?
I think he split them towards the end of it. I think he split them towards the end of the Sunday. You know.
Yeah.
Gareth,
I don't think it was worth what he was asking for him.
No.
You could have got some of them for like 40, 50 quid.
Gareth, anything you're looking for in particular? Gareth, are you alive?
The PS1 screen, actually.
Yes, the PS1 screen.
So for a decent price, because on eBay,
what's a decent price?
Quid.
I thought you got
around £60, possibly 55. Maybe I'm kidding myself. It'd be good to pay about 60 quid though.
I was going to say,
you should go for about 110.
On eBay, I mean, CEX selling them for 68 quid, but generally you can find them for about 60 quid. But it depends on the condition. So.
Do a video, see if someone will send you one.
Nah.
Sign up, start Patreon.
Go round to the stores demanding 15% off.
You'll advertise them on your channel. You'll send them a video.
I think Pete might have fell asleep, you know.
No, man, I'm listening.
Oh, it's the way you were slumped forward.
I was reading the comments.
Anything any good, Pete?
Not really, no.
Thanks for commenting, everyone. We really appreciate that.
Here we go. We had confirmation from AD Sneaker Freak.
Mega Drive games is what I'm after.
There's some on them shelves behind you.
I just want anything cheap, really. This is the thing, isn't it? It's just
Fucking
down
tight bastard.
That's all I give a fuck about, really.
No, look, it's been confirmed. Bez is attending. That's Steve, AD Sneaker Freak.
And what, I'm Bez?
Yeah.
From the official. Bloody hell, fair play.
I think he's done some clever editing there.
Dead air.
Come on, guys.
Louis still here.
Yeah.
Well, I've got nothing to talk to about Blackpool, have I?
It doesn't have to be about
Really?
Blackpool, anything.
Okay. What do you all have for lunch today?
What are you having?
Fajitas. I've told you about the toilet.
But right.
You've got a leak in you.
Yeah,
Have you got a leak?
A leak, yes. Yes, there's a leak, as well as a splattered bowl.
Oh, like flock of pigeons.
It's actually like having a piss out my ass. A brown piss. I've already said that, haven't I?
Oh, here we go. So talking about Blackpool. Sorry, guys, bring it back on. I'm just going through the comments. I said to keep jumping around. Someone's asking, are they going to speak to Adam Koralik on the Dreamcast panel? Pete's saying,
Konnichiwa.
Can't wait to find. Oh, so Pete's basically says can't wait to meet Ben Shenmuso. So Ben's a nice guy. Yeah, so Ben's going. He's a friend of Adam Koralik. And obviously that's all around the Shenmue and the previous remake, and then obviously
it's the 25th anniversary or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's all tied up together with that. So
I've got to give the guy his due. He has actually done some pretty in-depth footage. He went to the place in Japan. It was all based on, didn't he? And,
yeah.
So give him props for that.
25th or 20th?
Was that part of the Quick Shoot series, Mike?
here's a question from Jag. When Mike stopped pissing himself. 3 tubers you'd like to meet at Blackpool you haven't met yet. Me, myself, and I. Pete's gone. He's not even drinking. I think he's got blood poisoning.
Poo poisoning.
You do realise mad cow disease has come back, don't you?
There's something in the cheap chicken at Co-op going.
I am fucking answering. You go.
No, I think we're all arranging to meet each other, aren't we? So sometimes it's going to be like say Gareth and that. It's going to be first time.
No, but people you haven't met. So who are you looking forward to meeting that you haven't already met? Three people.
I haven't met him in person.
It's like being at school, isn't it, where you can't stop laughing no matter what you say.
The teacher's telling you off, and you keep laughing more. Like
keep laughing. Lewis, who are you looking forward to meeting you haven't met before, if anybody?
Actually, I really want to meet Glory Hunter because he actually is quite locally to me. And sometimes watch his videos, and he would say, "Oh, I'll pick this up from here and there." And I'm thinking,
you can kneecap him.
I feel like he's in the same place as me all the time, but we never actually meet. So,
and he's getting all your shit.
Sorry, I'm just getting some funny visions.
Gareth, anybody?
Well, certainly none that are on the panel, I can assure you that.
If you can't take
it there. I'll leave it there.
I'm looking forward to meeting Slopes.
Michael,
that's you bugger.
So, who else in Gareth? Anyone?
I met Tootie. All you guys have not met, so I'm looking forward to meeting you guys.
You met Pete. You met Pete at the Leeds Market.
Yeah.
We've met at Doncaster, Leeds. I think that's about it, really.
Did he bang
Bible
for Pete
as well?
Just banging them, Pete, did he?
Briefly.
Yeah, we briefly met. Yeah, with us when we're having a drink. You lot were having a drink, you know. Lewis, Amanda, and Man Cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
It's going
to be great to see all you guys again. And Scott, yeah, I'll go along with that as well, Lewis, about Glory Hunter 82. Nice to meet Scott.
Like I say, maybe some of the guys in the comments as well. It'd be nice to put faces to names as well, like, you know.
Yeah. So let's have a look. Wow, some a bit nuts actually. Saying Adam Kolick seems like a nice guy. I don't watch Adam. It's just I don't know. I just don't sub to him. Hang on. Right, Steve's asking, is top exclamation asterisk at Gaming Man going to the event? I don't know if to say this. Pete says he's just had a kid. I can't, no. Not going there.
They're trying to bait us. They're trying to bait us.
Hans Gruber's basically said Top Hat Gaming Man, and he's put some other stuff afterwards. Dylan said something not too dissimilar. Scott Sega Zombie said not something too dissimilar. Pete said that particular person's fine, wants to have a Snickers and is himself. I don't know what that means. That's one of Dana's famous comments. He's not,
that's my favourite.
He's just not himself. Do you want a Snickers? I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's bipolar or schizophrenical. I don't know, but I don't know.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Have a Snickers.
Well, exactly. I don't know what that means. Like, you're just yourself. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway.
You act like a right diva.
There's a bit of a sort of rant in I'm not going to go into that anyway. Hans basically, I think, echoes a lot of us in terms of X-Person's videos at the start were quite good, and I would tend to agree to that. And it just went a little bit off. What else? We've got Pete wants a hug from me. He'll get more than that, boy. Getting that disabled toilet. Chris is saying he wants to meet Camo Guy. He's cool. I think he means you, Pete. And then Chris is called Mike Fridge Guy as he opens the fridge. Craig's asking who's heavy breathing. It's turning him on. Stop breathing down the microphone.
I don't know who it is. I always seems me, but I'll be breath like it's still even going.
Let's talk about Doncaster. Doncaster Revival. So Doncaster's towards the end of the year in terms of a market.
2nd of December.
Yeah, so there'll be a few boys stalling out. I'll be stalling out. Rob and me. Craig's here again. Stall. Get to that. There's some absolute fucking gold. He showed me it. Minks his pocket.
Harper's there as well.
Yeah.
And Harper.
So I
have to mention him in case he watches.
Is he going to Bristol, Data?
Yes, he is actually. Yeah, and he's going to Bristol. Yeah.
So I want you to link me up with him because he's a Spectrum guy. I want to know if he's got any stuff that I ain't got.
He's probably got a lot of stuff you haven't got, mate.
Yeah.
He's
got 3 disc stuff mainly.
He's got a ridiculous. I've obviously been to his house several times, and it's crazy. And obviously now he runs the store Retro Gear. There's a plug. I want a discount. He's got even more.
And he's a nice guy as well.
I think I bought my SNES off it. A box SNES off him. Old school. Is that right? Old school.
You did, mate. Yes.
Yeah. So I have met him, but I didn't know that he was a specky guy. So.
Yes. That's right.
Well, he was wearing glasses.
With Bondi bleach hair.
Yeah. Retro brighted hair.
Retro brighted hair. That's it.
I got a discount. I can assure you that.
Not much offhand.
20 quid.
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, you're doing well. He's tight as a fucking dolphin's ass at 50 fathoms.
I shouldn't knock Auntie. He gives me stuff all the while.
All the shit he don't want.
Amstrad tapes, you're right.
Yeah.
It saves him a trip down the tip, look. Doesn't it? It saves him a trip down the tip.
You know how you can go off people very quickly? You've had too many, Mike. You had too many.
The
Rivals are still there. Amstrad, Commodore and Specky. You know, it's still amazing me to this day.
You do happen every now and again, doesn't it, Mike? You get into little debates with people, even in this day and age.
Yeah.
Oh, me and Steve go back and forth every day, I think.
I like a good masturbate, I do, between people.
What, watching?
They're playing Siamese twins.
Oh, dear.
How much do you charge these days, Dana, for your rent boy jobs?
Not as much as you, clearly. I can't afford a balaclava.
All the hat. All the glasses.
You found that hat in a bin.
I did.
Have we actually still got people watching this?
That's 22 now. They've all fucked off. They've had enough.
It's just warming up. It's just warming up.
No, it's not. He's tailing off now. We've got over 45 minutes than what we attended anyway.
Yeah.
So I think should we wrap up, guys?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we'll call it there. So many thanks for everybody that's tuned in and listened to us ramble and I don't know, just really shoot the shit and talk utter nonsense. If you are going to Blackpool and you watch this afterwards, leave a comment down below. I'll put all these guys' links to their channels in the description. I know there's a few people that have asked who the guy in the camo is and who Fridge Man is and stuff like that. Their pseudonyms. I'll put all them details down below. So please come back and obviously check their channels out for sure. And if we don't see you before then, we'll see you at Blackpool. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. See your comments, guys.
Take care.